Hi, guys.
Hi, Moon.
How's everybody feeling?
Stellar.
Really great.
Good.
Even though I have a heating pad on today, I'm great.
A heating pad.
Yeah.
You were just talking about your stuff.
Yeah, shout out to anybody going through the stuff this this Friday.
The stuff.
Yes.
Speaking of the stuff, Rizz is dealing with his stuff in beautiful Indiana. He's in South Bend, Indiana. Let's just get that out of the way.
Man, the Hawaii of the Midwest.
Yes, Rizz is not here. He's enjoying the coast
Go ahead and pin that.
of Indiana.
Wait a minute, you're not Rizz?
I am not Rizz, but that's okay.
Go ahead and pin that in the chat.
There's
so we don't have
Rizz.
to answer it 30 times.
Yeah, Rizz is enjoying himself. He's on a hockey dad trip.
An excursion.
Hockey dad. Yep. Hockey dad. He'll be back on Monday. It'll be normal, but today will be a normal show. We'll have everything. We'll do. We're playing Password later. That'll be fun.
Wow.
Exciting.
I'm excited for that. We do have tickets to give away still, so we'll just blow those out and hopefully people win. So we don't have to keep them here. We'll have crap on celebrities. We'll have Friday fails, and we of course will have your Freak of the Week winner. Speaking of winner, anybody win the Powerball? Anybody?
No.
Let me check. I don't think so.
Also found out this morning, Powerball is drawn 3 times a week.
3 times a week. See, I asked you because I thought it was a weekly.
Right. We didn't know.
Is it a daily? Is it a weekly?
Yeah.
Is Rizz gone forever because he won the Powerball?
Right. And he's not telling us.
Mega Millions is 2 times a week, right? So there's 5.
So there's 5. So that must
They're
be
essentially the same thing. We talked about this one other time, and I was wrong. I think that they're in almost all 50 states except like Utah and maybe one other.
So Monday, Wednesday, Saturday is the Powerball drawing.
Yes.
And
Tuesday,
Okay.
Tuesday
Thursday,
is Mega Millions.
I think Mega Millions. Maybe it's 3 times. I don't know. Where are my compulsive gamblers at?
Right.
Send me an email
Well-
and know what's up.
We've been doing this for years, talking about how stupid we are with this and not knowing when Powerball is, what
Right.
it is, any of that kind of stuff. Nobody won Powerball, though, on Wednesday. So I guess, yeah, you said, what is it, Sunday, Wednesdays, Saturdays?
Monday, Wednesday, Saturday.
Well, tomorrow's jackpot, then, is a huge 1.4 billion. Here are some random odds.
Okay.
Your odds of winning the Powerball jackpot are around 1 in 2.92. I'm sorry, 292.2 million.
Oh, great.
Let's put that in perspective. Your odds of getting struck by lightning are 1 in 15,300.
So
Your odds of getting attacked by a shark, which I know is a huge fear in this room,
yes.
Yeah.
1 in 3.7 million. And your odds of dying in a plane crash are about 1 in 11 million.
So we have all of the odds to get eat by a shark and none of the odds to win the Powerball.
Well,
Lightning
That's
seems
cool.
like the thing that's going to happen.
that shark number is skewed.
Why is that?
do you
Why is
mean?
that?
Because, like...
New data? Sharks are new?
No, but they're weighing it against a lot of people in the Midwest who don't go in the ocean. There's a lot of people in the world who don't get anywhere in that water.
Hey, man, sometimes sharks will swim up the Mississippi from the Gulf, though.
Don't say that.
Yeah.
Don't make me
How
think.
often do you
sharks.
swim in the
Did you guys see this?
Mississippi?
Did you guys see the story about a freshwater lake in Australia that has bull sharks? They found a bunch of bull sharks.
That's what I'm talking about.
In the lake
Yeah. How'd they get there? You know?
They can survive.
by bus.
Well, they got that. Is this
Bull sharks
saltwater?
specifically have some
Yeah,
kind
bull
of
sharks-
gland that like stores the saline from salt water so they can survive in fresh water
Well, their
for like a few
horn,
days.
their horn pulls the salt from the atmosphere.
Yo,
so-
yeah, he's right.
horn.
Bull sharks are like known to go up brackish rivers and,
Oh, yeah.
and get into freshwater. So there's when we were in Australia, there's a part of I think it's Brisbane. Is it Brisbane or Sydney? I don't know. There's like a big river that goes through it, kind of Mississippi style. You know, kind of feels like St. Louis a little bit. And you got to take a ferry across. And every single time we were there, one of the guides or the promoters or something would say, "Hey, man, I know it might be funny to jump in here, but don't do that. Every year we have people killed by bull sharks.
Yeah.
Dang.
No thanks.
Every year they have people killed trying to swim across the river and getting killed by bull sharks.
I'm done with
Cool.
I'm done with open water, just in general.
Really?
Yeah. Went to the lake over the summer. Didn't even get in, really, right? Like on a raft. That's where I was. No feet in.
Besides bacterial infections and
Right.
animals and everything else, why would you be afraid of those?
I don't know, man. There's bodies down there and bull sharks and microbes.
And the Ozarks?
Yes.
I think you're good.
Oh, come
and
on.
the gar.
Even the sharks don't want to be in that water, man.
Yeah,
Nah.
even the shark's like, this is too gross.
Like, I taste Bacardi or something in it.
Yeah.
I have that thalassophobia of deep, dark water.
Well, I think that's reasonable.
Man.
I mean, it's
It's
I
good to
think
push
I'm
that
done. It's just a funny statement. I think I'm done with open water. Open water, you're on notice.
how big is too
Adios.
big? You'll swim in ponds?
No, man. Like sometimes I'll be like, I got a big old like Scarface tub at my house, you know, and I'm taking a bubble bath every
Too big.
couple of days. And like I was in it last night, you know, listening to Stern, relaxing. Okay, I am decompressing. Nobody's home, and I start thinking to myself like, what if a shark just kind of pops up out of this tub?
You're doing that? That's
Wow.
like
Like,
what
what
we
if-
thought when we were 10.
I know. I had that little
Tub
kid
shark.
thought. Tub shark.
Tub shark.
Yeah,
I mean, who?
You don't see them a lot, but they almost always kill.
Yeah, anybody under 15 that watched Jaws for the first time started seeing sharks popping up in their pools and in their bathtubs and all
Right.
that. But you're still going in your 30s?
Like, you know how some people are going like, man, reality is just a dream. Like this is a virtual reality we're all living in.
Sure.
Like, what if
Jamiroquai.
everything's normal and then all of a sudden, like, the God hits the switch and goes, let's start messing with some people. You're in a bathtub. Oh, here comes Jaws.
Tub sharks?
Like, you know, like a what
That's
is
Talking
it?
about the
Dude,
multiverse.
That's
though.
how he's going to mess with us?
Yes.
Tub sharks, man.
Snap my fingers. Tub sharks.
Tub sharks.
They're attracted to soap.
They are.
Dude, with this Powerball, listen to this. Imagine you have Scrabble tiles that spell out the word Powerball. Powerball. Mix them up in a bag and then select them in a random order. The chance of correctly spelling Powerball is 1 in 180,000. Let's go back to your Powerball jackpot odds.
Yeah.
1 in 292.2 million.
Right.
So pretty good odds.
And that is still over 1,600 times more likely than winning the Powerball jackpot.
Wow.
Dude, but somebody's got to win, right? That's what Rizz said yesterday. Somebody's got to win.
It's going to be us.
So assuming there's one jackpot winner and they take the cash option for tomorrow, they will win $643.7 million before taxes. What can you buy with that? Several private islands are on sale right now for around $100,000.
I'm in the market.
Not interested.
You can get tons of those. We have a buddy that actually has an island.
Really?
And I don't know what he does with it.
I don't want to be like every time I hear about people owning islands, and I did, it's such a neat thing.
Yeah.
But I go to, oh my gosh, like
We travel in different circles. I just like
This guy
We do.
owns a bus company. It's not who you think. I mean, it's not like
Nice.
like a tech guy or something. He's owned a bus company since like the 90s and been renting buses to rock stars forever and ever and
Yeah.
ever.
That's good money though, dude. There's a lady in Nashville I met.
Yeah.
She owned Diamond Coach.
And
she just sold it for
he's one of these guys that heard about an island for sale for $60,000 and was like, oh my gosh, I want to tell my buddies I own an island.
Does he live
Oh,
on
that's
the
cool.
island?
No, I don't know what he does.
where's it at?
I think it's off the coast of Bahamas. So honestly, I think it's one of those things where he's holding it and he's waiting for some hotel chain to be like, we want to buy an island to sail our cruise ships to. I think that's what it is. It's like a like a holding thing.
Interesting.
If you got the money, why not?
Yeah.
I don't remember what I was
I think it'd be
watching,
awesome.
but somebody lived on an island. I don't remember which. I was watching some documentary about.
Ben and Jen had one for a while.
It was, you know what it was? It was, I think, about the Hawaii island that had the eruption of the volcano a few years ago.
Okay.
And the entire town that lived on that island, there was a rich person and they had to completely like demolish the lava and everything demolished its house. Anyway, to me, and this is going to surprise nobody, my paranoia gets the best of me. Like, what if I'm on my private island in my mansion, you know, the nearest mainland hospital, grocery store is like you have to get in a helicopter and go. I am just so uncomfortable with that whole idea. Like, unless I could have a doctor on site.
Yeah, your
living with
hypochondria
me.
ain't going to make you an island dweller.
I need
Sure.
an urgent care at least 1.5 miles away from me at all times.
So you're not moving to Pitt Carnes or whatever anytime soon?
No,
you
I'm
need, you need
not.
an assistant on call to come get you in case something
I need a
happens.
cardiologist who can also do surgery living with me.
Man,
And
I
a
got
chef.
And a chef.
This is
have a
why you have
great
a sewing
show.
kit with you and a kukri knife, and you're good to go.
I have a great I have a great story about what Gen Z college students with parents with money apparently
Yeah.
have as far as assistants go. We'll get to that in a second. Let me tell you some more about what you can buy with this money.
All right.
Please.
You can buy at least a few private jets because those only range in price from $3 million to about $100 million.
Great.
So you could have a couple, 2, 3 of those. The most expensive Lamborghini ever sold was the Lamborghini Veneno Roadster. I'm sure I'm going to.
Oh, is that the one that looked like the
Veneno.
Gremlin?
I'm not sure. Look it up. Look it up. Look it up and show us on the screen.
That'd be
How do you
cool as
spell
hell if it. Are you talking about the Wayne's World limo? Or wait, what did you say?
Yeah, the
Lamborghini.
This
All
is
right, what's-
$8.3 million. Veneno. Veneno Roadster.
Veneno.
You could buy a couple
Oh,
of those.
this is something that Batman would drive. Let's
Think
see.
about this. Taylor Swift Eras Tour tickets.
Yeah.
About $1,600 is what they were going for, the resale. You could have attended a private concert with 400,000 of your closest friends.
How neat would that be?
That's kind of
that
cool.
one.
Hey, a couple people checking in on the Twitter. Wow, dang, look at that car.
Yeah, that is a Batman car. That's the future. Oh, or that the movie from the 80s they remade recently.
Tron. Yeah, it does look very Tron-ish.
Yeah.
On Twitter, somebody's asking about the Air Force Base podcast yesterday. Hey, just real quick, shout out to Scott Air Force Base and everybody that came out yesterday. The Rizz Show on the Fast Lane, we did a podcast and a live thing out there for Military Appreciation Day, and that's our, I don't know, fourth or fifth year doing it out there, and just incredible experience. It's always great. It's always great to meet everybody out on the base. A special thing. They're asking if the podcast is going to be up on our feed. And yes, we're going to
dropping today.
Yeah, we'll put that out today.
We had some technical difficulties, so unfortunately the YouTube stream was kind of on and off. We apologize about that, but man, what a cool! I'd never been to the Air Force Base.
Isn't that awesome?
That was my first time, and the BX was so neat. It looked like essentially a huge department store.
Yeah.
And
like a nice one.
Yeah, really nice. Like they had a free people section, which is a great brand of clothing. I was like, wow, am I going to shop after this broadcast? I think so.
That is your style.
Yeah.
Free people is cool.
It is cool.
Shout out to the dude that brought us pizza.
Yeah.
Pizza World. It was awesome.
And it's
all of us did that in unison. He had like 6 boxes
Dude,
of
that
pizza.
stuff's good. I've never had it, but Rafe he's had it in the past. But man, that
Pizza World kept me alive in Edwardsville during college.
Yeah, super nice.
During my drinking days, I had a really cool delivery guy who knew my order, and sometimes I'd be drunk and call it in at late night delivered, and I'd be passed out when he got to my house, and he'd just let himself in to take the money off the thing and leave the pizza on my coffee table while I was like passed out on my couch. God bless you, Rufus, wherever you are out there, bud.
Rufus,
that's a cool
He was
name.
a cool dude. He'd hang out sometimes.
That's awesome.
All right.
He'd deliver and be like,
hey, man, what
want
you
to
got
burn
going
one?
on?
Yeah. I don't think he works for Pizza World anymore, and I'm sure Pizza World knew he was
He works at
partaking,
Ascend now. He's working at the dispensary.
You guys
He
have a
was a cool
difficulty
dude.
turning down free pizza?
No.
Yes.
You have a difficulty turning it down?
Well, I like pizza. So if it's free, I'm going to say thank you, and I'll eat it.
Yeah.
Unless I don't need it. If I'm doing something like a special diet or something, then no, I can turn it down.
It's one of the few things that I can't say no to.
I don't want to try it.
Even when I drank, if you offer me a shot, I'm like, no.
Yeah.
No, like nothing is hard to turn down except for free pizza. And I can be in the mood for pizza, and if we pay for it and get it delivered and whatever, I'll be like, I don't know, I'm kind of full. But if somebody comes, I even had a sandwich on the way out to the Air Force Base.
So you weren't hungry.
And then, I'm not hungry. And then he pops up and is like, check out, here's Pizza World. And I'm like, oh, God, okay, yeah.
I can get burnt out on pizza. I'll be honest. And I know this is kind of evil of me saying this, but like, I had pizza earlier this week, but I still had a piece. Like yesterday, I was like, and Jamie Rivers ate all my pepperoni and sausage. I was like, dude, you want my meat? And he was like, yeah. And he's like,
are you writing these podcast titles
right
down?
Now?
Yes.
So just let it be known, Jamie Rivers did eat my meat yesterday at the broadcast.
Wow.
All right.
Mine too.
Perfect.
Let's hit another one of these things. Well, so we all know that we get up super early.
Yes.
And I was talking to my daughter yesterday, and she is now getting up at 5:20.
Why?
Because she wants to get ready. It was like Spirit Week or something at school, and she like feels the need to just make sure she was ready. She hates being stressed, hates being rushed. It's like an extra bit of anxiety, just compounded anxiety if she's in a rush.
Right.
So to prevent that, she's got this 5:20 wake up call now. 5:20 wake up call. Which, by the way, I got to ask you, if you did win the Powerball, I know none of us play, right? None of us play.
No.
Well, I do the office pool. I haven't this week
you
yet,
do?
but I need to. Yeah.
If you won the Powerball, what's the very, very first thing you would do?
Honestly, I have a couple people in my life that are going through a rough time right now, and I daydream about how cool it would be to take care of that for them.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, that's not fun. What would you do?
I would. I have more people than you going through a hard time, and I would. I'll outkind you.
Wow, he's so nice.
I'd build a children's hospital.
Are we Mr. Rogering off right now?
I would fill that children's hospital with puppies and baby ducks.
The absolute first thing I would do would turn off. I would turn off all my alarms. That's the first thing.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like, give me something like that.
Yeah.
Like,
No,
how would your life change in the instant that you realized you? Because I would instantly no more alarms. I would never have an alarm again.
Yeah.
Yeah, because after you get that, the money's in the bank, everything's taken care of. I think the first day it hits, I have just chartered a private jet that's now my own, and I've just bought a farm in Chile or something like that in the mountains, and I live in perfection.
But before all that, you got to turn the alarms off.
You're going to do that day one?
Oh, yeah.
Moving to Chile. You're buying a farm, a jet, moving to Chile,
yes,
day
all in
one.
one.
Day one.
And that's it.
I mean, I thought about this yesterday because we were talking about my daughter's alarm, 5:20, and I was like, man, that is one thing. I would be where I'm going to be when I'm going to be.
Yep.
And no more alarms. That would be the absolute
sweet,
first thing.
man.
Well,
You know what sucks is the reality is you'd be in a lawyer's office
well, yeah.
with an accountant.
That would be the
With
second.
an alarm. With an appointment.
With an appointment and an alarm, trying to figure out how to hang on to this money.
I'd still show up with no watch whenever I want.
I feel you.
Like, so you need security too?
If this trend keeps going, Grandma's going to have to start eating dinner at noon because check this out. The Wall Street Journal just had a big article about an emerging trend, and suddenly a lot more of us are early birds for some reason. Restaurants are now seating 10% of customers between 2 p.m. and 5 p.m. And Mama Moon is out there going, hallelujah.
Yes.
Amen.
Wow.
She's been eating dinner no later than 5:15 since I've known her.
My people.
Since I've been around. That is up 5% from 2019. They're also closing earlier because it makes more financial sense, or it doesn't make financial sense to stay open. Getting a reservation at 7 p.m. can be easier now than 5 p.m. It's also been the opposite of that. The new trend is to close the kitchen around 8 o'clock, or when kitchens are closing at a lot of places now.
Yeah.
Uber says trips to restaurants between 4 and 5 are up 10% since 2019. And rides to restaurants after 8 are down almost 10%. They're not the only ones adjusting either. Even Broadway shows are now starting earlier. 8 p.m. used to be the norm for a Friday show. But now a third of them are starting at 7 p.m. on Fridays.
Interesting.
And you know what? What's crazy? In the concert business, I've noticed a slight shift, and I've actually kind of like been stoked about it. Now, obviously, you know, I'm not 20 anymore, so I don't want to get home at 3 a.m. after packing everything up and doing all that kind of stuff. So, you know, are you seeing this in comedy at all, Rafe? Are shows starting slightly earlier here and there?
Not. There's a couple clubs that have weird. There's a club in Arkansas that does a 6 o'clock Friday show, which is weird because it's Friday. People get off work at 5. The sun is up.
Yeah,
you
that's
start
weird.
doing comedy, which is odd anytime that happens. I feel like comedy clubs are so ingrained in the 7:30, 9:30, 7 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 10 o'clock model. But I have seen people that are popular adding early shows. Greg Warren does like a family-friendly 5 p.m. show. Sometimes he'll do a 3 p.m. show. And then I've seen, it used to be when comedians would add a third show. Say like when Marlon Wayans came to town and sold out a couple years ago, he added like an 11 p.m. show. Now I'm seeing it go the other way. When they add a show, they add an earlier show.
Yeah.
They add a 5 or they add a 4.
I'll tell you what, man. With the Can You Feel the Punk tonight, we had the 3 p.m. matinee show. Now, it's a family show, obviously. Punk Rock Disney coming up is, not Punk Rock Disney, Punk Rock Christmas coming up on December 9th. Also, a family show. So, like, the earlier, the better. And that 3 p.m. show, even though it was super, super difficult to pull off logistically and get everybody, you know, all the stage production in so early, it was one of the coolest things. I loved it. I loved finishing the show and being like, all right, let's have dinner.
I would love to, especially now working mornings again, like I would be going to any matinee rock show that there would be.
Heck yeah.
And I think a lot of parents would, like, it would be so much easier. And we're all so lame for saying it, but I don't care.
No, we'll be excited because the 2SG, we got a show coming up in December as well.
You do?
And they want us to do it really early, so it'll be in November. So it's super early. It's going to be.
You're playing a Christmas show so early, it's before
in
Thanksgiving.
Smart.
I tell you what, man. I mean, I met a lot of people after we hung out after that matinee show, and it wasn't just parents. It wasn't just parents saying, "Hey, thanks for putting this on." It was a ton of people like, "Hey, thanks for putting this on. This makes my day completely open. I still got to experience everything."
Right.
I thought it was going to be weird coming here in the daytime. It wasn't at all.
And it's kind of fun because the crowds will be 100% different. So now that you know that, you can kind of aim different little gimmicks for each one, you know, that work better for the late crowd and the early versus the early crowd. So it'll be good.
Right.
So it says, so why are people shifting from night owls to early birds? Nobody's sure, but here are 2 theories. It's becoming trendier for young people to be healthier, avoid alcohol, get full night's sleep, and possibly wake up sooner to get more things done.
Wow.
Let's see, working from home also might be another one. If you don't have to drive home and get ready before you go out, you can meet up with people earlier. Plus, skipping out of work earlier is easier if your boss isn't there.
All right.
So that's.
Never.
I thought that was interesting. My
Yeah, that's
my
pretty
son is
wild,
a
man.
sleep as late as possible, but the girls, they are getting up earlier and earlier and earlier. And it's just so they can
boy.
feel like they're super ready.
Mm-hmm.
They're stoked for school. They're not stressed out about it.
Well, and you and Mal get up early.
Yeah.
And so you're setting that example for your kids at home, you know, and they're probably, especially Mallory, like they're seeing her, how business oriented she is and how go-getter she is. And I mean, that's, you are the example you set for your kids, I meant.
Yeah.
See, I wish I would have knew that as a kid because I was the last second. I mean, the very last second. Basically, had time to brush my teeth, run out the door, get on the bus, kind of thing. And how much better would that have been if you're like, dude, I'll just wake up 2 or 3 hours before the bus arrives, and I can just relax,
Watch cartoons.
enjoy my morning, and I have a full day before I even have a day.
Yeah, but I wouldn't have done anything.
I know, me either.
I wouldn't have done anything.
I would have picked my nose, maybe.
My girls are doing things. You know what I mean? Like they're getting ready. Like I said, it was like Spirit Week, so they're painting their faces and doing all this wild stuff.
Oh, I did
and-
makeup, yeah.
I was talking to my son yesterday too, who's not an early riser, by the way, and he said some sort of word that didn't make any sense. And we started talking about slang and what was slang. I was kind of like, because he said, "Oh, it's a slang word." And I was like, "No, it's not. It's not really a slang word. A slang word is like this." And I started saying all these words, and he's like, "Dude, that's your generation slang. Nobody says those things." And I said, he
Just
said,
wait.
He said, "What's the worst one?" And I still don't get cap, you know, for like no cap, no line.
cap,
He
yeah.
goes, "Old people say that anyway." So now he thinks that that's so out that he's not even saying it. Now that's
Oh.
an old person thing.
I
But
started saying mid yesterday. Like we were on the broadcast, the Air Force Base.
what's mid?
Mid is like, it's just subpar. Like if something's like,
Oh,
this,
okay, yeah.
this shirt is mid. And
Jamie
I,
Rivers said it.
yeah, he said it, and then I was like,
Copied.
that's cool. And so I kind of adopted, and I think I'm going to start saying mid now.
Nice.
That's not bad.
You know? Okay.
It's out.
In,
I'm out.
in England, they say top, like, you know, like the best. Like, oh, that's top.
Okay. Oh, man.
I don't think they would say it like that. But I hear it all the time.
It's
Top.
It's top.
It's
Dope.
There's a new study out that found the most and least popular slang for all age groups, and it includes the most used slang words. For boomers, what do you think the number one is? And this makes me feel bad because I say this word every day.
energy.
Dope.
Energy up. What is it?
It is bummer.
Bummer. Oh, yeah.
Like
That's
if
a good one.
something bad happens, I dismiss it with, oh, bummer.
Yeah.
The number one slang word for boomers is bummer.
Bummer.
Bummer, boomer.
Boomers are bummers.
Boomer, bummer.
Boomers are definitely
Hi,
bummers.
correct.
Rubber baby buggy boomer bumpus.
The other one for boomers is mellow and wannabe.
Lame. You're just a wannabe. Shut
Yeah.
up, Dad.
Gen X, you just said one of them. That's Gen X's number 2.
Vibe.
Nope. Lame.
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 That's me.
Gen X's number 2 is lame. Number 3 is bummer. And number 1 is chill. Chill, man.
Just
See,
chill.
that
Chill.
that would be a nice one to kind of see leave.
For millennials, their number 2 is chill. Their number 3 is lame. And their number 1 is OMG.
I never say that.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't say that
I'm sure how
either.
much I
Yeah,
trust
no,
this
dude, I
list.
totally don't say that.
For Gen Z, OMG is number 2. Number 1 and number 3 are definitely specific to Gen Z. Things that we've never said before. Number 1 has to do with phones and cameras and pictures.
Selfie.
Selfie, number 1 for Gen Z. And number 3 is ghosted. Ghosted. There's always a rundown of slang words that we want to go away forever. For boomers, the most hated slang word is...
Equity.
That's pretty solid. That's not bad.
Oh, no, it is...
Good guess.
for boomers, the most hated slang word is woke. Boomers also want to ditch the terms Gucci and sheesh.
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 That's
For Gen X,
interesting.
they want to cancel the word thirsty, clapback, and slay.
Wow.
Oh, those
For
are all hip.
millennials, they want to get rid of slay, sus, and clout.
Oh, sus. I can't handle it at all.
And for Gen Z, they want to banish savage. SK, what is that?
SK.
What is it?
Ska ska.
No,
I don't know what that
that's
is.
different.
And they want to get rid of POV.
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 Good luck with that.
It saved pornography, but whatever.
Good luck with that, Pornhub.
Let's see. The crazy thing is Gen Z wants to use more of sheesh and clapback, while the older generations are looking to use more of Gen Z's castaways like POV and SK. What the heck is that? Is that just like a keyboard smash?
Gotta be right.
The more we talk about it, the older we sound. So
I
let's just
know.
move on.
I know.
It's a phrase that's mostly typed, sort of like mashing your keyboard as an exclamation. It can stand in for laughter or express awkwardness or be the same as OMG. So,
Wow,
SK,
a catch-all.
SK.
Okay. Well, there's also
people aren't saying these out loud, right? No one's walking around saying.
yeah, maybe this is just in text.
OMG, SK. No one's saying. No one's doing that.
I've never
right?
been
This is like
at.
This is typed.
This is text. It has to be, right?
You'll like this. Generations were also asked which slang words they'd like to bring back.
Yeah.
Boomers.
Broad.
Yeah, now we're talking.
I met this hot young broad at Hot Shot.
Where did you come from? Boomers want to bring back far out. Far out, man.
Hey, that's groovy, man.
Peace out. And they want to bring back bummer because they think bummer has gone away. Gen X wants to revive right on.
Yeah.
Groovy.
Where's tubular? Let's get tubular up in this.
And epic.
Oh.
Millennials want to bring back cool cat.
What about
We're
me,
so
yo?
stupid.
Cool cat.
What are we doing to ourselves?
Cowabunga.
Okay.
And talk to the hand.
Of course
I think they spoke to the wrong ones. I don't remember.
We want to go back to
thinking
grade
of any of
school.
those coming
I think
back.
they all saw Clueless for the first time. We're like, wow, that seems like a great time to be alive.
Whatever.
Most rad.
Gen Z wants to bring back YOLO, rad, and what's up.
Yeah, now we're talking.
All right, so when you were a kid, did you buy or bring your lunch?
I brought my lunch, and then my mom would bring me McDonald's on Friday.
Whoa!
I got a
Jill for the win.
Jill would drive her hot ass black Firebird with T-tops in, and Jill
Had a T-top Camaro with a spoof on the hood.
she just walked straight into the gym with my chicken McNuggets.
Oh,
on
she
Friday.
hand-delivered.
Oh, they didn't even need to.
The car just come flying in there.
Jill
and
wanted
stop.
a little bit of the spotlight.
This was 1993. Jill didn't. You didn't have to have a pass to come in. She just through the playground, through the back of Denning, elementary, and here she comes. And then, and then in high school, I would start buying the salad bar because,
Wow.
we had body issues.
Learn
So-
somebody's here for you.
Oh yes.
And they brought McDonald's.
Seriously, the kids would be so jealous.
I would too. I was eating the square pizza stuff, which
Yeah.
was fine. The
Yeah,
rectangle
pizza day.
which was fine on those days, and the other days was like, oh man, I wish
Chicken toast cups.
I'd have brought something.
Yeah. No, I was. We tend to. I used to bring my lunch when I was little, and then we got really poor. So then I got lunch at school for free.
For free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was pretty
you.
sweet. Yeah.
We were paying for it. All right. Well, if you ever
Thank
brought
you guys. Thank you.
Pull
all.
yourself up by your bootstraps, 7-year-old.
did you ever bring your lunch and look in the bag and say, oh, what is this? There's no passion here.
Right.
There's no care. You don't care about me.
Yeah, I think that was more if my dad ever packed it. My mom was always good. She always drew funny pictures on my stuff too. So
Really?
Cute.
Apparently, not everybody's getting funny pictures. 'Cause in a new survey, 26% of parents say that packing their kids' lunchbox is their least favorite chore of everyone. In fact, 29% would rather clean the bathroom than put a few things together for their kids' lunch.
It's a thankless job.
It is.
Well,
They're never happy
that's
with what's in
parenthood.
there. Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Agreed.
Like if you're lucky, you get a 30-year-old to be like, hey, man, thanks. I probably was rough there for a while.
Right.
So whenever you make your kids lunches or anything, did you ever just go ahead and kind of make a second one for yourself and just do the same thing?
Sometimes it depends. Like
Like if it's peanut butter jelly sandwich day or something, did you guys do that?
yeah, when my older kids were real young, broke as a joke, man. I would go by like this tiny little. It wasn't even a gas station. I guess. I mean, it was like a gas station without the gas, right? I don't even know what that's called.
Convenience store.
I guess, but it was like this tiny little one up in North
Bodega.
County by my place.
Grocery store.
Yeah, bodega.
And actually, I think it was like multi cultural or whatever. And I get Lunchables, but they weren't Lunchables. I don't remember what they were. They were
the
like these.
off-brand?
Yeah, I guess so. And this bug juice crap, which I regret to this day giving my children. But that's what I would pack in their lunches.
That's pretty good though. Lunchables are
pretty
awesome.
good. Well, yeah. I mean, if you don't care about the kids.
What? I love the lunch. Like when the Lunchable was invented, like in the 90s, right? That started in the 90s.
Yo, yeah.
The commercials were big then.
And
at
the
least.
pizza Lunchables, man.
Did you get the arm motor ones?
Just
that were
don't
like
read
$1?
what it is. But yeah, they're like $1.29.
Yeah.
They just say cracker crunchables. That's what they say on the front.
Even the kids weren't super stoked. But I would just put that and a bug juice in there. Because
my buddy Brendan has a good bit about Lunchables, and he's like, dude, that was the king of packaging. Because he's like, try to put those ingredients in a brown paper bag and tell someone it's lunch. And he's like, what do you got in there? He's like, 6 wet meat discs.
Yep.
1 piece of cheese has been folded and turned into 5 pieces of cheese.
A Ritz cracker reject.
Some smashed crackers. That sounds gross.
Bar.
He's like, don't worry. I have a tiny crunch bar, too.
That's right.
Yeah.
He's like, they'd call DCFS on a parent if they just sent that wet in a bag.
Yeah.
But for some reason, because it was packaged so well, it was a sign of wealth.
Wow.
17% of parents say they'd rather get a cavity filled, which seems a little dramatic. Packing lunch boxes can also take time, especially when you're preparing multiple items for your kids' taste. And not just tossing a Lunchable in. And it can be frustrating. So 72% of parents say their child's lunches often come back from school uneaten. And that is the bummer. Because then you got to start having the conversation like, what are you eating?
Right.
Whose lunch are you stealing? Who are you beating up? What are you doing over there?
Right. Or are you not eating at all? A lot of kids just don't eat. Like, they want to just visit and, have their juice box. You know what's funny? So Tim... he makes his lunch before he goes to work every day. And whenever we all work together, we remember Greg Bowe. Greg Bowe's wife would make him the most health-conscious lunches, the best lunches of all time.
Yeah.
My husband and Greg would sit in the break room here at the station and have lunch together each day. And Tim asked me, he goes, hey, you want to, make lunches for, and I go, no. And he goes, well, how do you feel about me paying Greg's wife to make me, every week I'll pay her and she could just make me Greg's lunch. And so for years, Greg Bowe's wife would make my husband his lunch as well.
That's
so Greg would come to work with 2 lunches. So I felt like
what
the
a
worst,
move. Hey,
worst
Tim.
wife ever.
Tim, you are brilliant. Dude.
What a
He ate
move.
so well.
And I always felt so cool whenever the day would come where they're like, you'd have your lunch, getting ready to eat, and they're like, you want to sit with us? Oh. I'm like, I get to join this table with
Yeah,
you
they
two?
had a good time.
Little
All
did
right,
you
I'll
know
sit down.
that they had a private chef.
I know, I had no clue.
She was a saint.
How much was he paying?
Like $20 a week.
$20 a week.
That's
Yeah.
a great
5 days a
deal.
week this happened?
Yeah.
Holy
$4 a day.
smokes.
That's a really good.
And it was like a sandwich, like a nice
And they had
sandwich.
big salads. They always had big salads.
Salads and, and then
Where at?
this was we used to work with a guy named Greg, and his wife, Sarah, would pack his lunch for him. She's wife of the year, person of the year. And Tim, my husband, would sit with him, and he was really lusting after this lunch that he always had. And so we started paying Greg's wife to make 2 lunches a day. And that's how my husband would eat.
That's amazing.
Man, that's awesome.
So
Well, there's a promotion going on right now, of course. This is by Juicy Juice. And here's how it works. You have your kids pack their lunch. Take a photo and post it on social media with a hashtag something. I don't know. We'll put it up on the blog. To win, you have to tag and follow Juicy Juice USA. They're looking for the best entries every Friday in October. And starting today at the end of the month, one grand prize winner will receive $10,000 that can be used towards groceries.
okay.
For what it's worth, they're saying that they're also looking for unique results of the kids packing their own lunches, so it seems like they're targeting ones that are especially good, bad, or creative. American Idol style.
You're more likely to win the Powerball than this, just heads up.
Speaking of ridiculous promotions and all that, how fun would it be if a silly marketing stunt like this broke the biggest news story of all time? Ring is offering to pay you $1 million.
Whoa.
If your doorbell camera catches actual footage of aliens.
Brilliant.
Get the costume out, Scott.
Yep.
They're running a contest called $1 Million Search for Extraterrestrials. You have until November 3rd to submit. It doesn't have to be high-def footage of ET waving at a camera, just unusual, extraordinary, or unexplainable behavior. But it has to be indisputable evidence that aliens are here on Earth.
Okay.
And if I start seeing Loch Ness Monster stuff out of this,
Well, you saw how good the footage was recently, so.
if someone does send in legit footage of aliens, Scott, if you send in the Overland alien,
Yeah. He jumps on trampoline.
$50,000 a year for the next 2 decades. If you
Amen.
fake anything or use CGI, you're disqualified.
Is it okay if you use a feature film that has ET in it?
Fake stuff is allowed for a different contest that they're running.
Oh.
They're giving out $500 Amazon gift cards for the most creative submissions that don't qualify for the $1 million prize. Costumes and props are allowed in that one, but it has to be filmed on your Ring camera, of course, and judging will be based on creativity and humor. But $1 million.
That's a good deal.
Here comes more footage. I mean, if the alien stuff wasn't in the news enough right now, here it comes. Are you a believer?
You already know the answer to this.
Do you have a Ring doorbell?
I have a different company.
Will you be checking it often?
I already do.
For aliens?
Let me tell you, the only things coming up to my house are stray cats, really cute deer,
It's good, Bam.
and the occasional possum. So, and I'm cool with all of it.
Well, you might catch something like this. This is, by the way, this is the weirdest headline of the week, for sure. A missing monkey named Momo was spotted drinking beer in Indiana.
It's a good joke, too.
Look up this story. You got to put this picture up there because this thing is the weirdest looking monkey.
Okay.
It looks like an Italian greyhound with like, I don't know, the face of like an alien baby or something.
Okay.
Easy.
Cops in Indiana were called on Wednesday evening after somebody's pet monkey escaped and made a run for it. Get this. The type of monkey he is native to West Africa called a patus monkey. They can weigh up to 30 pounds, and they're the fastest primate on Earth.
Neato. So
Sounds
easy
like
to
a great
catch.
pet. Yeah, sounds like a great pet. They can sprint at over 30 miles an hour, and they are hard to catch. Look at that thing.
That's like a
Oh.
mountain lion with an eating disorder.
It looks like a greyhound with a monkey face. If I saw that in my neighborhood, I would 100%
Look at that
think
back
that this
leg.
was some mutant alien.
Look how his back legs bend.
His back leg looks like when they give
Oscar-
amputee runners
Yeah, Oscar
like
Pistorius.
those skis to run on.
Interesting.
That's no wonder it's that fast. That thing is cruising, dude.
Several people spotted Momo on Wednesday, and there were unconfirmed reports that he may have bitten a few people.
Well,
That's going to
it's
happen.
going to happen, yeah.
One person who saw him said that they watched him dig through a garbage can, pull out beer cans, and drink the remaining beer that was in it.
Momo likes to party.
Momo.
Thankfully, Momo's bender came to an end yesterday. A guy saw him sprint through his yard and break into a vacant home next door, so he's also a vandal.
Man, he's going to go away for a long time.
He called it in, and Momo is now back home safe and sound. I still can't believe it's even legal to have something that looks like that in a neighborhood. You got to post this picture. Post this picture on Twitter, because the greatest thing is he's sitting like in a front yard next to, their little plant lights.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So let's get into
We got
some
a video on the blog of it.
Let's do some philosophical questions, and I want to see how you guys stack up against the rest of the planet.
Okay.
Somebody polled 10,000 Americans. Well, we'll see how you stack up against Americans, and asked them 3 philosophy questions we've all heard before. Is the glass half full or half empty? If a tree falls and nobody's there, does it make a sound? And which came first, the chicken or the egg? I have how people answered each one. Is the glass half full or half empty, Scott?
I'm going to say most people say it's half empty. I say it's half full.
Lern?
I think people say it's half full, but they don't mean it.
Rafe?
Probably half empty. I feel like the world is kind of just judging by the slang words that were all negative. Everyone wanted to bring back bummer. What was the other one? Almost every single slang word that people were longing for or wanted to keep around had negative connotations. So I'm going to go half empty.
61% said that they usually think of it as half full. The older you are, the more likely you are to agree. Let's put this poll up on Twitter as well. I want to see what our listeners think. If a tree falls in the woods and nobody's there, does it still make a sound? Scott?
Of course it does.
Lern?
Yes.
Rafe?
Yes.
I say no. We're pretty unified on that one. Only 8% say no. So you guys are right. I say no only because I saw some, science documentary or something that was talking about what sound is, and it's the perception of something. It's how, it's how it's like perceived. So if nothing is living that can perceive it with ears and blah, blah, blah,
And
blah,
there is
blah,
no sound?
then it's technically not a sound. It's a this or that.
Yeah.
So I guess
But you could-
That's a trippy
Have-
thought.
Haven't you ever been out hiking or something like that and it's just quiet and you don't hear anything, but way, way far away you just see all of a sudden like all these birds just fly out of some section of woods and just makes you wonder if a tree collapsed or something.
Which came first, the chicken or the egg?
This one trips me up because I think about this often.
You do.
I do.
We all think of the Roman Empire often.
And I'm thinking of this.
And women are thinking of chickens and eggs.
Because, no matter what your belief system is of Big Bang or a certain religion or whatever, like, where did it come from? Was it my brain cannot wrap around life sometimes and how it just started.
Yeah, well, I think of it, at least with the chicken and the egg, I think of it as the factory. In order for you to get your pair of jeans, you have to have the factory set up first. And so that chicken had to come first. The factory had to be making that product.
All right, so just boom, there was a chicken?
Yeah, the good Lord's like, give me a chicken.
And see, I'm more of the evolutional thought. So I just start thinking, okay, well, how did these cells and these microbes and everything come together? And again, I don't know have the right terms or jargon, but like, how was an egg built to get that chicken there so it could make more eggs? It's incredible to think about. Back to you.
What about you?
They proved it.
They proved what?
This has been, the chicken came first. There's protein in an eggshell that only exists inside of a chicken. So science has answered this for us. I think we live in a scientific time.
What laid the egg with the protein with the chicken?
I believe theory of evolution would say that a chicken evolved from another creature.
Some other sort of bird.
And started laying eggs. Vis-a-vis, the chicken came first.
What about you?
Oh, yeah, the chicken. It came first.
Pretty divided. 44% say the chicken, 32% say the egg, and 24% say, I just can't decide.
I can't deal.
I just can't decide.
I'm of the I can't deal people.
For what it's worth, actual biologists have tried to answer the chicken-egg question, and even they say they can't decide.
Wow. Crazy.
Wow.
Tell you what, we have decided...
Let me tell you this.
That the freak came
on
first.
a winner.
Before we get into freak, just imagine being the first chicken that laid an egg.
Look at what I've done.
If they have, you're just like, oh, my stomach hurts. And you're just like, boop. And you're like, I don't know what that is, but I'm going to sit on it for a while, see what happens.
I'm going to see what happens.
I'm definitely going up to the
That'd be
grocery
a wild
store
thing to explain to the other chickens.
Right.
Well, looky that. A chick came out.
Why are you sitting on that white turd for? I know it's crazy, but I think there's something in here.
All right, let's get into the Freak of the Week. This was a decided victory. We decided, you decided, St. Louis, that we have a winner. In fourth place, John Bon Jovi came in with only 7.8%. John Bon Jovi was the guy who wanted to fashion out toys.
Sex toys.
If you will. With real bones. Had a girlfriend that did it, and she was the most normal person he ever knew.
Right, so don't judge him.
That's right. So he's looking for the next partner in such affairs. In third place, with 10.3%, Kinkerbell. Remind me who Kinkerbell was.
Kinkerbell wants to get it on at Disney theme parks, doesn't mind if there's vacationing families, finds that to be thrilling, has an enormous inheritance from her father who's passed, and wants to make him roll over in his grave by blowing all of his money on you and this kinky stuff, says we can dress up as all the characters, so everybody's going to be getting it on in the Disney kingdom.
Yeah, but Kinkerbell will not be moving on to the finals. Not be moving on to the finals, but who will? With 31%, second place. Jason Gisringhausen.
Put me in, coach. Man for man. I have an authority fetish and several unresolved crushes on coaches and instructors. I'm obsessed with my boy's hockey coach. He's happily married, and I'm friends with his wife. I would go for it with him, but I'm no homewrecker. However, I am home right now and looking to get wrecked. The only porn I watch is always a coach or a yoga instructor pleasing their pupil, and I need that to become my reality. I need you to embody every male coach that I've ever lusted after and put on those short neoprene shorts where you're bulging out because they're so short. You don't have to be fit. In fact, a pot belly is preferred. Blow the metal whistle and yell at me to work harder. When I don't, come over to me and correct my form from behind. Flip me over for a proper stretch. Let me feel the cold steel of that whistle as it dangles from its chain, as it makes its way up my bare, very hairy chest, and then I'll open my mouth as it falls inside. Pull off my workout pants and get into the musty smell of sweat and effort that fills the room. Every thrust will make me blow your whistle until excuse me, I always mess this line up. Every thrust will make me blow your whistle until you get me where I need to go. And you hear the long, shrill blare of the final trilling of the spit, and exhale sending the whistle ball rolling around in its chamber. We have reached the end of our drill. If you're not done by then, I will stand and then do jumping jacks while you do sitting ones. LOL. Then we will hit the showers and you will immediately leave. I'm also into gunplay, and we can discuss that later.
Yeah.
That is one of the most vivid ads we have ever had.
It really does.
It's a good one.
I mean,
You go there with the
we're
description.
talking about the ball in the whistle.
I don't want to point fingers, but isn't Rizz on a hockey trip right now?
Right.
Maybe it's an investigative report.
Did this one slip in?
Right. He's like, I got to go to Indianapolis.
Did he find this one?
Right.
Or did this one
Come to him.
did he post this one?
Oh my gosh. Okay, and your winner. With 50.9%, this was an absolute ass-kicking. Susan Boyle takes it home.
10 to you, female for anyone, 46 years old, Revelstoke, British Columbia. I've been a nurse in a nursing home for a few years. I really love the job and helping people live out their final days in a great place. My one problem is how turned on I get when I have to clean a person. The smells, textures, and how I have to clean my nails from the random messes. It is so exciting. I never know what the day's going to bring. I've been into scat and golden shower play for a while. However, it doesn't get me turned on like it used to. Though I still welcome that, of course. I'm ready to go further. I'm looking for someone who has boils or warts that I can drain. I want to taste and feel those masses when we get together. This may seem odd, but I promise it will be beautiful. I can send you a pic of me to let you know that I'm a big, beautiful lady.
Oh my gosh.
BBL.
Congratulations.
Yep.
Susan Boyle, thank you for voting. Make sure you follow us on our
Sweet
socials
Susan
at RIZZ Show because the finals are heating up. There's no clear-cut winner for me yet. Every time we go through a playoff round, I think, wow, that's the one that's taking it home, and then we have another playoff round that's just worse. You can always get a hold of us, 314-624-3833. That's 314-nah, dude. And tune in. Michelob Ultra Studio Cams. We are live on the YouTubes. We're going to be giving away helmet tickets, Ludo tickets, Tech 9 and Hollywood Undead tickets in just a little bit. But first, this. And the Team Rizz member of the day is brought to you by Hot Shots, a proud sponsor of Team Rizz. Visit hotshotsnet.com/Team Rizz. It is Adam Gonzalez from Arnold, Missouri. Welcome to the team, Adam. Adam's been a listener of the Rizz Show since the very beginning and tunes in every single day. The Rizz gang always makes him laugh while driving to work every morning and keeps him well entertained through 10 a.m. And Adam loves everything about the Rizzuto Show and is grateful for Lern and Rafe's addition to the show earlier this year. Thank you, Adam Gonzalez.
Thanks, Adam.
My man.
Our newest Team Rizz member
Love you,
of
Adam.
the day. Welcome back to the Rizzuto Show. Rizz is out today, but no worries. The rest of the crew is here. Give us a call, 314-624-3833. You can always tune in to the Mick Ultra Studio Cams. Email us, rizzshow@1057thepoint.com. We will get to emails later. We will get to E-Memoriam, Rafe's E-Memoriam, in just a little bit. But first, let's do a little back in the day. Today is October 6th. Back in the day, 96 years ago. In 1927, magic talking movies with spoken dialogue and music were introduced with the New York premiere of The Jazz Singer, starring Al Jolson.
Holds up.
Warner Brothers made $53.5 million on the flick. Just as they were on the verge of collapsing as well, Jolson spoke fewer than 350 ad-libbed words, beginning with, anybody know?
Word up.
Wait a minute, you ain't heard nothing yet.
Huh. BTO. You ain't seen nothing yet.
That's pretty good, right? Wait
that's
a minute,
pretty neat.
you ain't heard nothing yet. 54 years ago in 1969, for the first time, a George Harrison song was put on the A side of a Beatles single. Something went on to hit number one. Lennon and McCartney's Come Together was on the flip side, and it went number one a month later.
Let me ask you guys this. Who's your favorite Beatle? You can only pick one.
Man, see, I'm not a Beatles guy. I should be, and I would like to be.
I got a great answer.
They didn't catch me early enough.
We know your answer.
Tell
Yours
us.
of one movie, right?
Yours is George.
Caveman with Ringo. I mean, you got to go that way.
You
He's
gotta go
multi,
that way.
dude. He's all over, man. That
Shining
guy can
Time
do it all.
Station.
Peace and love. Peace and
No,
love.
I mean, it's got to be.
Love.
I think Paul. He's just written so many awesome
Bangers.
songs, man.
Yeah.
He's such a neat. He's one of those cats you would just everyone that you ever hear, Conan O'Brien or whoever, talk about meeting him. He just seems so real, and even considering he's one of the most famous guys in the world, he just seems genuine.
What about you?
I'm George, but that's evolved. Like I used to be a Paul,
Yeah.
but
I used to
I'm
be a
now
Paul.
George.
Now I'm a George.
I'm
no,
a George.
There's something just so
He was the
spiritual
coolest
about
one.
him. Yeah.
And he
You
worked
know what
with
it
Roy
was? Is
Orbison.
I felt like there was no ego in it for him.
Yeah.
Like he was just really good. He was just such a cool, laid back dude.
And he
He
worked.
seemed
with
like he was
Tom
always in the
Petty.
back of the room smoking a cigarette while John and Paul tried to fight over who was going to be the most popular Beatle, and he didn't care about it.
I
And
like that
because he didn't
argument.
care about it, he was the coolest one.
And most stylish.
And he worked with Roy Orbison.
Traveling Wilburys, yeah.
Yeah, man. All right, yeah, maybe you guys swayed me.
That's a great argument.
All right, you.
Okay,
yeah,
we're
I
a
used to
room
be
full of
Paul,
Georges.
now
We love George.
I like
All right.
Go
George.
George.
32 years ago in 1991, Elizabeth Taylor got married for the 8th time to Larry
Charm.
Fortinsky, a construction worker that she met in rehab. Michael Jackson gave away the bride at his Neverland Ranch. Liz and Larry got divorced in 1996.
Yeah.
31 years ago in 92, Ross Perot's half-hour infomercials about the sorry state of the economy drew a larger audience than Seinfeld and The Simpsons. 30 years ago in 1993, Michael Jordan announced his first retirement from basketball. He attempted a minor league baseball career, but wisely returns to Chicago Bulls in March of 95. 27 years ago in 1996, Faith Hill married Tim McGraw. Today is their 26th anniversary. 23 years ago in 2000, the original CSI Crime Scene Investigation premiered on CBS. I don't know where that button is. I got to find it.
Just push one.
Where is it? Oh, man, I'm just going to do this one instead.
My God, that is the neatest thing I've ever heard.
Neat.
Set in Vegas.
Also
and
satisfying.
featured Who Are You? Here, we're just going to substitute it. Everybody, put your imagination.
Neat.
There you go.
All right.
By The Who, and it's Won't Get Fooled Again was the theme for the Miami spinoff.
That's neat.
Baba O'Reilly was the theme for New York.
Wow, that's really neat.
And I Can See for Miles was used for CSI Cyber.
Neat.
Cool.
3 years ago in 2020, very sad news, Eddie Van Halen lost his battle with throat cancer. He was 65 years old. Happy October 6th.
Can you?
Eddie's dead. Happy October.
But can you imagine? To go back to the original first story, couldn't stop thinking about it. You're a construction worker named Larry, and you go into rehab, and you come out married to Elizabeth Taylor. Like,
yeah,
how do you
brother.
tell your friends that?
Yeah.
That would be
sweet.
wild, dude. Be like, yeah, Larry was sneaking bush lights onto the job site. He's in rehab trying to get it worked out, and he's like, guys, you're not going to
Liz.
believe this, but I'm marrying Elizabeth Taylor next week. You know the White Diamonds lady?
Yeah.
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 I'm banging her.
That's awesome.
Hey,
crazy.
Larry, how you been? Well, I'll tell you what. Rehab's been the greatest thing to ever happen to
dude.
me. I'm sober. Oh, great, man.
I'm
We're
cured.
proud of you. No, you didn't let me finish. I married Elizabeth Taylor.
What a babe.
6.
And Michael Jackson gave her away to me.
Yep. My life is
Crazy,
awesome now.
dude. What a crazy story.
That is wild.
Okay,
man.
Larry, where's
Where's
going
that
on?
movie at?
What's going on with Crap on Celebrities?
Well, I'll tell you, it's brought to you by Bright House Plumbing. Call the best. Flush the rest. BrightHouseCo.com, 636-600-0188. My morning started off watching this new music video from Blink-182 called Dance With Me. They're paying tribute to the Ramones, and it's so cute.
Oh, the Ramones.
They essentially did a recreation of I Want to Be Sedated, the music video, and anyway, it's just really good. I shared it out on my socials if you want to check it out in its entirety. But essentially, Mark Hoppus, Tom DeLonge, Travis Barker, they're all wearing Ramones-like wigs, leather jackets, and they look cool as hell. Their new album, One More Time, is coming out
Can't
on
wait.
October 20th.
I'll fully admit and beg for forgiveness that the Ramones, man, I didn't get it. Because I never heard any Ramones stuff until I had a guitar in my hand. So I was in high school. And I'm learning every Rage, thing there is, and I'm learning all the stuff that I want to learn, and Silverchair and all this stuff. And then somebody's like, "Yo, you got to play the Ramones," and I could play it so easily because it is so simple stuff that I dismissed it. I was a dumb kid. I was like 15 years old, and I dismissed it as like, "Yo, if I can play all this, if I can play their entire discography in 15 minutes, this band sucks." and I dismissed it, and I never got into it. I never understood the history.
Oh, man.
I saw the look, and I was like, what? They look like Howard Stern, and I don't like this. Like, this doesn't
Joey
make any
did
sense
look
to
like
me.
Howard Stern.
Yeah, the whole thing, like, I had already been exposed to so much that ripped off the Ramones that
Right.
I didn't realize ripped off the Ramones.
Yeah, that's
and
all right.
they're one of the unique bands where their diehard fans create bands that sound identical to them, and they have no shame. Like there's a band called the Huntingtons back in the day, and everyone was like Joey Huntington, Tommy, like they did the exact same copy,
The
same
Donnas
sound.
were like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
Yep.
it was awesome. They created this whole thing, but oddly enough, it would be Johnny Ramone's birthday
Whoa.
this Sunday.
Dude,
yeah.
I got into the Ramones in high school because, like, you see all the like the iconic imagery from the Ramones, like their T-shirts.
And that was the
whatnot.
other thing. Like, people around me were wearing
Yeah.
the shirts, and I was like, you got that at Target, you dork? I don't even know, like, what? I don't get this. And I was, again.
I love, like, that's my Prozac music. Like, whenever I'm in a bad place, I'll put on some Ramones.
They're
just
it's
the
like a
hits.
sweet, I don't know.
It makes you feel good.
Yeah.
It's the best Ramones song.
I tell you what, I
For
had
me-
to get pressured into it. Every like there's always diehard Ramones. My barber has a Ramones tattoo and some other stuff. And every time I would meet a diehard Ramones fan that wasn't pushy about it, it was like a drug addict, or it was like a drug pusher going like, "Yo, you should just try this, just a little bit, just a little bit."
You'll
and
get it
And
eventually.
when I met enough of those guys and gals, I started to kind of get exposed to it and realize, wow, this band really did do a lot.
They're foundational. You asked what my opinion. Sheena is a punk rocker, but also Pet Sematary. That song kicks so much ass. Also, a reason I'm into the Ramones, I think I'm related to Dee Dee Ramone.
What?
Because his name was Douglas Colvin, and my maiden name was Colvin.
Wait, that's not his real name, Ramon?
I know, can you believe it? And so I feel like in my lineage.
Bonzo Goes to
see it.
Bitburg is my favorite for sure.
Okay. Are you a Ramones fan, Rafe?
I do like them, but I'm not. You are always my musical spirit guide. That's your area of expertise. You guys usually guide me down, especially rock and roll.
Yeah.
You start talking old country, I'm your guy.
Yeah, you are, for sure.
Like the Ramones, like the initial stuff, besides like Hey Ho, Let's Go, and,
Right.
and some others,
Blitzkrieg
it sounded like so shallow as far as like lyrics goes, and I didn't understand where that was coming from, and like
I think that's
the
why
style.
people don't know it. Is that's the most
Right.
popular song, and it seems like
It seems like a high school song.
fluff. Yeah,
Right,
but it's not.
But dude, Bonzo Goes to Bitburg and a bunch of other, like, you start really digging in and go, whoa, there's a lot more here
And-
than I thought.
It's good
And
stuff.
we were fortunate when we were coming up where there's still a ton of, they're still kind of around and all that kind of stuff. But just as a kid, I always thought New York City was the place to go. Like, it was a dream of mine, all the tall buildings, all that stuff. And that was the band that, like the New York Dolls and them, they just seemed maybe like the coolest guys on the planet because they had
Right.
a scene there that wasn't in the big spotlight. It was in this cool club that everyone wanted to go to, and it looked rad. And I had nothing like that where I was from. And I'm like,
Same.
man, that seems awesome.
Mesmerizing.
Jeff always talked about introducing the Ramones being
At
one of,
Point Fest.
yeah, one of his like favorite moments of all time. Jeff loved being on stage and interacting with bands. It was like his
Yeah.
favorite thing, being backstage and interacting with bands. And he said, and if I remember the story right, he said it was the coolest moment of his stage intro career because he went up on the stage. And there's a hard intro and there's a soft intro. A lot of times you'll see us come up and we say, hey, up next is Papa Roach, and then cheer, and then we walk away, and then there's 4 minutes, and then an intro starts. That's a soft intro. A
Yeah.
hard intro is when we say, hey, it's Papa Roach, and they go, dan, 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 and start immediately. And Jeff wasn't sure what was going to happen, and he just went up there and said, ladies and gentlemen, the Ramones, and they went 1, 2, 3, 4, and
Amazing.
hit. So he was on stage when they hit, and he felt
Technically, he was in the Ramones.
he felt like he was in
Jeff
the band.
Ramone.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I mean, I can't imagine
Jeff
how
Ramone.
cool. Yeah, he was Jeff Ramone for a minute.
It just
pretty
reminded me,
cool.
too, of another weird thing of Jeff, speaking that during Point Fest ages ago, it was 2SG. We had Clownvis on stage. Jeff was up there singing, and one of your kids was up there. And it was just hilarious. Like, Jeff was having a great time. He was playing. He was our percussionist that
That's
night.
right, yeah.
And then we had it where a cop came up and arrested him because there was a kid on stage.
I remember that. That was
yeah,
on the
yeah.
reaction. That was so,
so
good.
funny, man. He's so funny.
Oh, man.
Ridiculous.
Ramones have a song called "The KKK Took My Baby Away."
Yep.
Yeah.
I got to get
It's
into
iconic,
this.
man.
Wow.
It is
They're
iconic.
rad, man.
Hey, we do have.
I guess I was just like, Blitzkrieg Pop, and I Want to Be Sedated. Like, I like the song "I Want to Be Sedated." I
Right.
love that song, but I feel like those are kind of like the mainstream.
Yeah.
But that's
I need to
fine.
get into
Good
some of the
songs,
B-sides,
man.
but I'm not. I'm a B-side guy.
Look up Pet Sematary. I just love that song so much, and listen to it like every other week. I don't know why.
Should we play Ramones after this?
Yeah, let's do Ramones today.
Okay, go ahead.
I
Sorry.
mean, it's his birthday coming up.
A bunch of Linkin Park and Mike Shinoda solo songs are going to be added to Beat Saber, the virtual reality game available through MetaQuest and PlayStation VR. One of the songs is Mike's new solo track, Already Over, which is out today. Brent Smith of Shinedown posted a video of him meeting Carrie Underwood before their show Tuesday in Franklin, Tennessee. Brent Smith said, I held myself together pretty well, but inside I was freaking out with excitement. And then Carrie Underwood posted photos with Shinedown and Papa Roach on her Instagram. She's a metalhead.
She's
man.
awesome.
She
man.
loves going to all rock shows. Like, not. I mean, I know these two bands aren't necessarily metal, but man, she's into like Black Veil Brides and all sorts of like new metal. And
if you guys
she's cool as hell.
need to get pumped, you got to hear her version of How Great Thou Art with Vince Gill.
She's definitely
her
in a Greek
pipes
Fire.
are incredible, man.
Dude.
She likes Greek Fire's videos. That's for
really?
sure. Yeah.
Why?
Oops.
What's the story there?
Our Top of the World video
Yeah.
came out in 2014 or something like that, and she has I forget what song it is, but it's like dang near shot for shot took our video.
What?
Was
Yeah,
something
it's-
from not
I'm
from
sure-
the water? It's
I'm sure it wasn't her. I'm sure it was
something in the
somebody that
water.
did it for her and whatever. But yeah, there was some real controversy there.
Hey man, if you're getting
She
imitated
took
by
she
Carrie
just took the
Underwood.
shots.
The video is the whole
She
thing.
wore the same
concept.
dress
She
as
commented
wore.
on YouTube. Cool video.
Cool video, and then
And
released
then
her own.
you're like, hey, that looked a lot like our video.
Yeah, it's
Larry Underwood.
It's the same.
Larry
It's the same video.
Taylor Swift's concert film, The Eras Tour, has made over $100 million worldwide in advance ticket
Jeez.
sales. It opens next Friday and is expected to be one of the biggest openings in theaters of the year. Facebook fee. Yes, according to Wall Street Journal, Meta is floating a plan that would charge people in Europe $14 a month to use Instagram on their phones without ads and nearly $17 a month for Instagram Plus, Facebook on desktop. Of course, this is in Europe, so us in America maybe don't care right now, but if this goes well, we might be expecting to pay for
Well,
Instagram
didn't
and
Twitter,
Facebook in the future.
They announced they're going to start charging.
Elon was saying that's a possibility.
Well,
I'm
So
not
this is
paying
gonna
for
be the
anything,
thing?
man.
No way. We already gave him so much free stuff. What the heck?
here's what'll happen. You start charging, somebody will come out with a free app and it'll be over.
Well,
for you.
migrate, yeah.
Because I can tell you right now, if you took my Facebook away tomorrow, don't even
Whatever.
care.
Take it.
Don't even care.
Have it.
You better bundle the Facebook, Zuckerberg, with Instagram because
It's the
ain't
same thing
nobody.
anyways. Yeah.
My grandparents are on Facebook, dog. Like, there's nobody is clamoring for Facebook anymore. I get on there. I guess there is stuff that you have followings and stuff like that on certain pages, but for the most part, man, it's like I don't even scroll on there
Right.
anymore.
I'm
You?
No.
You guys?
No.
On Facebook?
I feel like almost nobody's on there, man.
No.
But
There's
I feel
definitely not
bad
like a
'cause I
new
get good
generation of
responses.
Facebook users. There's not like a young generation coming on.
But we're really like on like one level.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like we're all in adulthood. I mean, in entertainment, we're adults of a certain age. I mean, I'm sure. I mean, it's kicking ass. In the numbers, it's kicking ass. Somebody's
while it's
using
free.
it, guys.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I really just don't have it in me to pay for this stuff. Like, if work wants to pay, like if Hubbard was like, hey, we need everybody to keep their Instagram pages afloat and
Yeah.
branding and all that. All right. But I'm like, that's going to be, companies are going to have to be paying their influencers to keep things going. It's just not, it's not worth it to me.
Everybody's getting their booties handed to them by TikTok.
Oh, yeah.
So they're all trying to
It's super
scramble
fun.
and adjust.
Snapchat and all those.
There's a James Bond-themed reality show that's hitting Prime on November 10th. It's called 007 Road to a Million. 9 contestants competing to be in these Bond-inspired challenges for a chance to win £1 million, which is $1.2 million. Brian Cox from Succession stars as the controller who's going to dictate where the contestants go and what type of Bond type of feat they're going to have to overcome.
For a second, I thought it was going to literally be 6 actors. Who's going to be the next Bond? And I'm like, dude, that reality show
awesome.
would I would watch it.
Like
If it was like Idris Elba, yes.
Yeah, they
it
got to
was
do their
like,
own stunts and
yes, it was like
deliver
Like
lines.
Kate Beckinsale, Idris Elba.
Idris Elba.
Who
What's
else?
the Edgerton guy that played Elton John?
Taron Egerton.
Taron Egerton or whatever. He was up for
Who
it.
else do we want? Like Brad Pitt. Just why not?
Oh, heck yeah.
I think Idris
I
Elba.
I don't
is.
think Brad Pitt could do an English accent.
What about you? Don't think?
He did it
I really
in
don't.
Snatch.
Yeah,
Well,
you did a great
Was it
job
Scottish
with
It was
that.
or
English.
English?
That was, I believe that was like pikey Irish.
Inglorious.
okay.
His accent in Inglorious. Yeah, that worked great too.
He was
I
a
don't know.
Hoosier in that movie.
Yeah.
Last night, Roy Wood Jr. Announced that he's leaving The Daily Show. His decision came in part because The Daily Show had not decided on who would be the new host after Trevor Noah's departure.
Boxer?
Wood told NPR, I can't come up with a plan B while still working with plan A. The job of correspondent, it's not really one that you can juggle multiple things, and I think 8 years is a good run. A spokesperson for The Daily Show said Roy Wood Jr. is a comedic genius, beloved teammate. His insights and hilarity helped us make sense of the 2016 election, the pandemic, and countless hours of Fox News. We thank him for his time with us and can't wait to see what he does next.
They screwed up, man.
You should.
He should have been the host. And
Yeah.
he knew it. Everybody else knew it. Good for him for knowing his worth, and they don't deserve him. They should have just. He was really good at it.
Yeah.
He would have been a really good host, and they just. That's what industry does, dude. They dangle the carrot too long, and good for him for having the stones to walk away from it.
I agree. A trailer just debuted. I'll put this up on the blog for Cassius X becoming Ali, which tells the story of the man who would become Muhammad Ali. The documentary focuses on the early years of his life through the 50s and 60s when he was known as Cassius Clay, a rookie boxer out of Louisville, Kentucky, who then later became the world heavyweight champion. There's no U.S. release date or streaming date for it, but you can check out the trailer. Chris Rock is directing an upcoming movie based on the life of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Variety reports Rock will also produce the film. He has Steven Spielberg tapped as the executive producer, and it will be an adapted version of Jonathan Eag's biography, King: A Life. In theaters this weekend, The Exorcist Believer, which looks cool as hell. If you've never seen The Exorcist, you probably want to watch that first and then go see this, essentially a sequel. Ellen Bernstein is going to be in this too. That's kind of a spoiler, but it's been out, which is really neat.
Dude, did you guys watch the TV Exorcist a couple years ago?
Was it good?
With like the sexy Latin priest.
Is that the one with the
season 1 was awesome because it was a continuation of the Linda Blair was in it.
Oh, really? I remember hearing about
it. It
this.
was like her daughter, her family.
Wow.
And it was great. They didn't really have anywhere to go after that because like it all kind of wrapped in season 1, and season 2 was a totally different story and it wasn't as good. But man, season 1 of that show is worth checking out if it's out there somewhere.
Is that the one that had the preview where the gal was like upside down running downstairs on her hands?
Yeah.
Okay. I remember that. I was like, whoa.
Honestly, for television and network TV, it was pretty scary.
Good?
It was pretty good.
What channel was this?
I think it was on Fox.
Wow.
Back in the day. I don't know what it's on now. Probably Hulu or something.
New albums out, streaming and in record stores. The Darkness, Permission to Land Again.
Dude, that band is so good.
I'm so glad they're back.
And there's a documentary coming out about
I've been
The Darkness.
following Hawkins. What's his name?
Justin
Hawkins. Yeah. I've been following his Instagram, I think it is. And man, that guy's awesome. He does like different reviews and talks about different songs, and I guess he's like, part of some podcast or something. But like I've been talking about how good The Darkness was. I didn't get it. I thought it was like hokey and whatever. The first time that I heard that single, and then when I saw him, we presented an award at the Japanese VMAs, and they performed. And first of all, they are so good. They are so good live.
Yeah, man.
Backstage, they were so calm and chill. You see this guy going, hello.
They're like English gentlemen.
And they really are. They're so nice, and they're so cool, and they're so talented. And so I bought the second record that nobody's ever heard of. It's got like a train on it.
Yeah,
or
the
something.
train. Yeah.
It is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Those guys are so good. I'm so glad that band is still cruising, still doing stuff, still working, still releasing music. That's great.
They were just here at Pops, I think, last year.
Oh, I didn't even know.
Yeah, and that's crazy. Like, why are they playing nothing against Pops, but they should be like
pageant selling that bad
pageant
boy
or
out.
factory. Yeah. Ice-T's putting out Crime Stories today. Reba McEntire has a new release today called Not That Fancy.
Ooh.
Prong's State of Emergency.
Or is it not that fancy?
Not that fancy.
Not that fancy.
Prong's State of Emergency.
Not that fancy.
I didn't know that was a cover, by the way. I always thought that was a Reba song.
Nope.
Fancy?
Yeah, didn't know it was a cover.
I didn't know either. Darius Rucker's Carolyn's Boy, Van Halen's The Collection 2, and Roger Waters' The Dark Side of the Moon redo. On the late shows tonight, the Tonight Show will have J.J. Watt, Eric McCormick, and music from Killer Mike, Robert Glasper, and Aaron Allen Kane. Seth Meyers will have Matt Damon and Kristen Chenoweth. And The Late Show, prepare yourself, Rizz, Neil deGrasse Tyson with music from Louis Cato. And that is your crap
He'll
on
be tuning in.
Rizz will be tuning in.
Yes, he will. All right, I got your crap on your crap. Birthdays.
Celebrity birthdays.
Thank you. And it's October 6th birthdays. We have Addison Rae, and she stars in She's All That. We have Elizabeth Shue. You all know
Oh, yeah.
her.
Adventures in Babysitting.
Yeah, and Allie Mills and the Karate Kid. She's 60 today. We got Kevin Cronin.
That's
Lern.
REO
Cronin.
Speedwagon.
Yeah, he's 72 today. And John Travolta's sister, Ellen Travolta, she's 84. What are you doing? I had to do that one. Okay, we also got tomorrow's birthday list is a crazy one. It's Brie Olson. She's 37. Everyone remembers her. Tom York is 55. Tony Braxton, she's 56. Simon Cowell, 64. Yo-Yo Ma, let's give it up for him, 68. And the big one, this is everybody's favorite, Vladimir Putin. He's 71. And there's a whole bunch
Vlad.
of
Wow. Everybody take your shirt off. Woo, get on a horse.
And then Sunday, though, we got some important ones. We got Chevy Chase. He's 80. Paul Hogan, 84.
Paul Hogan. You guys ever seen that Angel movie?
Oh,
You
yeah.
have? With the remote control, with the batteries in the remote
No.
control? Golly.
What's it called?
Is it not an angel yet? Or,
Wait, Paul Hogan, Crocodile Dundee?
Yes, dude.
It's,
His best role
He had that cool hat.
is this movie about an angel. It's called Almost an Angel. Oh, I tell you what. It'll get you. It'll get
It's
you
a cute
right
one.
here.
Really?
Oh, yeah. That's your weekend homework. You got to watch
What's
that
it called?
movie. Almost an Angel.
Almost an Angel. All
Paul
right.
Hogan. Now, I haven't seen it since I was like 11, but boy, it was touching. It really was.
There'll be a crocodile in it. or else-
No Crocs.
Damn.
No Crocs.
Darn.
Today's porno birthday, which is being brought to you by Patricia's, where fun and fantasy meet, is Lisa Sparks. Lisa Sparks has been in 260 fine films, including As Good as It Gets.
Oh, yes. Jack Nicholson's in that.
Yeah, Batteries Not Inserted.
Oh.
Blubber Bangin' Bonanza 2. Bubble Butt Mothers 2. Chunky Band Camp. Date My Slut Mom 1.
Wow.
Double Dipped Fatties 3. Leave It to Cleavage.
That's a classic.
OMG, My Mom's a Whore 3. Toe Jam 2. And who can forget her unforgettable role in 2010's Mean Amazon Bitches 3.
Wow.
Toe Jam 2.
Toe Jam 2. Not to be confused with Toe Jam 3. Lisa Sparks is 47 years old. That's your porno birthday. Those are your crappy birthdays, and that was your crap on celebrities. It's the Rizzuto Show. Rizz is out of town. He's on an investigative reporting journey over to the coast of Indiana.
Lucky.
He's checking out the ocean in Indiana, and he's hockey dadding it. He's hockey tournament in it. So good luck. Go Eagles.
Yeah, go.
Go hockey
Vikings.
Cardinals.
I'd love
Vikings.
to be a fly on the wall in his car because it's just him. He's solo dadding it.
Yeah.
Mom is not on this trip. So he had full reign of the, like, what are they listening to as they drive to Indiana? What is
they're
Dad
listening to-
saying?
He's like, son, now listen to this AC/DC song and tell me your life
Right.
isn't different afterwards.
And the boy's like disappointed, like, Dad, this isn't good music. And then the car goes off the road.
Yeah, and the dad's upset and they yell at each other. Fine, we just won't listen to anything.
Right. Like, who are they talking trash on as they drive? You know what I'm saying? Like, he's got cool kids.
Yeah.
So they probably had some deep conversations.
I bet you there was only, if there's trash being talked, it's only from one of them. Because he has the sweetest son I've ever met.
Yeah.
He's the nicest kid ever.
The girl's like, all right, Dad, let's get into some trash.
Yeah. So we are going to we're going to get to Rafe's E Memoriam here in just a bit. We're going to play Password a little bit later. We have some tickets to blow out, helmet tickets, Ludo, Tech Nine, and Hollywood Undead. We're also going to get to Friday Fails because, of course, it is Friday. I'm very excited for that. We've got some good ones. We are live on the Mick Ultra Studio cams. The chat is live. Hopefully better than yesterday. You got called out. We do have a question here though. Lern, Rafe, Moon, King. What is the most you have spent on a pair of footwear? Got me thinking because I actually have a story here about letting AI choose your clothes. But what's the most you've ever spent
Beep boop.
on footwear?
$250 on my cowboy boots. Got them in Nashville.
Nice.
Real deal.
The ones you wear in here all the time? Mm-hmm. Yeah,
That
they're
is-
sweet.
Those are awesome.
Well, good investment.
That's so funny because mine is cowboy boots as well.
Nice.
$405.
Worth it.
Now, my wife was with me, and we decided, like, I need a nice pair of boots. And when we got them, I mean, they're the nicest things I could afford. I couldn't even really afford them at all. We talked about that. But I was like, these are lifers. I'll have these for life.
Yep.
If the heel falls off, it will be cobbled. I will have these. This is the last pair of boots, last pair of black boots that I'm going to buy. I wear them for the teenage dirtbags. I mean, I wear them at different occasions and different things, but they're super high quality, nice boots. They're lifers. But I'll never spend anything close to that on footwear probably ever again.
Yeah.
You won't need to. You'll have them for life, you know?
Yeah, for boots, for sure. What about you guys?
Yeah, I got some lizard boots, and those were a little over $300, and that's the one that I wore maybe twice, and then somehow my puppy found the toe and chewed him, so that was cool. Yeah.
Oh, you got to get those insured or
I
something.
know, man. So that was a little frustrating, and but yeah, that was a little sad.
$300 gone.
Gone just within maybe a week and a half, 2 weeks. You know, it seemed like it was like instant.
Not usable at all anymore?
No, they're still used. I just got to get them fixed, and I haven't repaired them yet. I need to take them up to that place up in Quincy, Illinois,
Like
get it fixed up
they
there.
took all the snake off of it?
No. It just, she chewed a hole in the front, and I think you can glue it back. I think you can glue it and make it look okay, and it'll be fine. Those things, and they're so comfortable.
Yeah.
They're
What a
beautiful.
disaster.
They're beautiful boots.
How about you, Rafe?
Right around, $350 for a pair of cowboy boots, suede. I got a nice pair of they look kind of like these, what color? Honey suede.
Camel?
Oh,
Yeah,
sweet.
kind of like a camel honey suede boot. I don't wear them a lot, but every once in a while I'll bust them out, and they're pretty sweet.
That's awesome.
Yeah, but I am going to, my goal is there's a shoe that Ferragamo makes, and they're handmade, and it's a really cool process how it all goes down, and they're a little over 2 G's, but those things are
Oh my gosh.
the best. They're incredible.
I can't get into the Grand Club. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Well, this
yeah.
one's cool because it's these ladies that ride, that's in this little town in Italy.
Yeah.
And they ride from house to house, drop off each little thing. A lady will spend all day making one shoe.
Yeah.
And it's a really cool process, and it's still very family, very small. I don't know. I just like
It's like
that.
couture.
I mean, you got to insure that, right? I mean, that's something you're passing
sure.
to children.
Yeah.
That's if I have shoes that go into the will, I feel like I'm living a different life than I am now.
If
That's
you're
for
paying
sure.
$1,000 for shoes, they will go into the trust.
I got
you
a
know?
BA pair of, they weren't the most expensive, but that's more money than I would normally spend on a hiking boot. But there's this company called Unlikely Hikers, and I love this company. And this isn't a paid promotion, but they kind of make they make boots for wide feet. And they encourage people. They encourage my folks. They encourage the full-bodied folks to get out there and hike, and they make footwear for them. And it's just like they're Merrells. They do like a collab with Merrell, but they're not. You know, kind of like Merrells are the best hiking boots, but they're not the sexiest.
Yeah.
It's kind of like driving a Prius. They're always like that olive drab, off sand color. They're not.
They're not. That is function over fashion.
Yeah.
These are cool.
they
These
don't
have like
consider-
neon colors in them, and are like, you should check out Unlikely Hikers if you're looking for a cool hiking boot. It's worth the money, and they're Merrell, so they're actually comfortable and they feel good out on the trails.
Yeah, Merrill is the Rockport for
Yeah.
outdoors.
Yes.
It's the mountain
Which is
Rockport.
funny because the only new shoe
the
I bought
Prius for
this
your
year,
foot, dude.
the new shoes I bought this year to wear as my everyday shoe just to help with the plantar fasciitis is the Merrell. So I look like that guy.
And I noticed. Remember the other
Yeah.
day, I said, "Wow, those are cool looking shoes." And he goes, "Yeah, they're Merrills." So I look 70.
But that's all right. I love them, man. I'll take
Every
those
time
any
I'm
day.
on a set, that's how I got hip to Merrells. Every time I'm on a set, I look at what the crew's wearing.
And it's always Merrills.
Because they're on their feet all day, lugging camera and gear and stuff, and almost across the board, everybody's got Merrells on.
Dang.
Yeah, it's like the working nurse shoe.
Yeah.
You know how like nurses are always they're always up to date on the most comfortable and
Yeah, they got those clogs.
yeah, man. Well, smart casual doesn't usually involve any actual brains, and now it can be handled by AI.
I'm into this.
Yes, we're talking about AI.
It's the clueless dream, you guys. Cher's Closet.
This is the zillionth poll on AI, and it asks people if, which tasks in their lives they would welcome AI's help with. And 30% of people would let artificial intelligence choose their clothing.
Yes.
Even more people will be cool with AI auto-ordering things when they run low, like household items or groceries. More people would also let AI handle making reservations. Fewer people would want AI taking their order at a restaurant, emailing or texting people back, and handling their finances and taxes. But I'm all about all of that stuff. That would be great. Only 15% want AI to drive them around. I don't think I'm ready for that, but I appreciate where we're going, I guess. Less than that want AI to be in charge of monitoring their home or their children. I'm not okay with that. And only 8% of people want AI to choose what they watch on TV. But dude, I like fashion. I like getting into it here and there, and I really do. I don't know. I kind of enjoy it. Sometimes there's always been like a uniqueness to it. Like there's an individuality and that I really appreciate. I was a whack job when I was in elementary school wearing just the weirdest things because I liked just being my own dude. And I wasn't even doing it to stand out. I really wasn't. I was doing it because I liked what I liked. And I didn't think societal pressure had its place in my wardrobe.
Right.
But I don't know, man. What about you guys?
I have been dreaming of this day for 30 years. I remember watching Clueless whenever she goes to her little computer and it has inventory of her entire closet, and then she just is like, all right, dress me. And then it comes up with that iconic, I don't know if you guys remember, the yellow plaid mini skirt that she had on. It was the coolest outfit ever with the knee highs. And I thought to myself as a little kid, that is what I want. That is top tier what I would invest my money in.
Right.
So, yeah, I'm down. If you can like download every article of clothing you have in your closet, and then you can say like, I'm feeling
sassy.
Sassy today, or I want to look really hot. And then it just does it. And it's like, hey, you got all
crazy.
This is clean right now. These jeans will look good. These boots. It's all your stuff still, but it's like, because that's what Pinterest is. Like, I don't know if other chicks feel this way or dudes listening, but I go to my Pinterest boards and I have what I want to look like as kind of like an inspiration. I, of course, don't own that exact outfit, but it gives me kind of a vibe that I want to be. And so this would be really cool.
I know a lot of dudes paying for that.
Oh, dude.
A lot of these Threads boxes and stuff.
I did that.
They're just like they take pictures on their phone and they send it off, and then stylists send them back clothes and be like, wear this and this together. Do not deviate.
Yeah.
Here's the socks. Here's the shoes. Here's all the way from head to toe, like everything to wear.
Yeah, my wife does.
Cool.
I like the idea. My wife has been doing a lot of, like videos and different things like style this, if you're looking for this type of outfit, style this with this, those kind of things, because I think that's something that all of us secretly wish. It's not that I want somebody to dress me, but I can get lost in my own style sometimes and lose the points. Now it doesn't matter. Remember when guys couldn't wear boots that were a different color than their belt? Oh yeah. And I'll just random rules. I can't keep up with that crap.
Yeah.
But
it's not a rule anymore.
I know that's not a rule anymore. But when the box things, when the subscriptions first started, I was like, I'm going to test this out.
Right.
I was on the road a ton. I didn't have time to think about all that stuff. And they put you with a stylist, and it gets to know your sensibilities. I couldn't afford it for very long, but I wanted to test it out and see how it went. And man, it wasn't bad. Cool. It wasn't a bad idea, especially if you don't have time.
Dude, my friend got divorced. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, I was going to say, I just love the get ready with me videos that you're talking about with your wife. Those are great. Yeah.
My friend got divorced, been married for a long time, kind of stuck in a rut, getting back out there. Best thing he ever did. He got in one of those Threads boxes, and I was like, man, you look good. You look you look put together. You look like you care about what's happening in your life, and you're getting back out there. And he's an older guy, but a good-looking older dude, took good care of himself. Just been married for a while.
Yeah. Right.
Kind of rocking the same. Quit trying, probably, And then, so it was cool to see him, and every time I'd see him out, he had a nice-looking lady on his arm. And I'm like, you're doing all right, man.
Dudes that actually take the time to do something about how they look and trust me, I've been in love with every type of style a guy can have, the just simple band tee with the jeans, with the ball chain necklace or whatever, down to the tailored coat with the perfectly tailored jeans, great shoe.
With the flat iron beard.
Exactly. And I'm not saying there's a wrong way to be, but if you put a little bit of effort into yourself, it can go such a long way.
Yeah, man. Start trying that.
Yeah, no, I think it's a cool world we're living in.
What if you wear the same thing every day and just own the hell out of it?
Yeah,
that's cool as hell too.
Yeah, dude, that's fine.
You got your uniform.
And you
do look good, man.
And I bet you people want to know what it is. What is your decision making process? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That stuff is out there. Like you said, with Pinterest, that's what my wife is doing. Is she had a lot of people asking about a style and, hey, what do I do with this? It's a lot of us, and I'm sure women, you buy one thing and you see it on a mannequin with another ensemble or whatever, and then you have no idea what to do with it otherwise. Guys are like that. Guys will buy a blazer with a suit or something. They're like, the hell am I supposed to wear this with? Can I wear this over a t-shirt? We don't know the rules.
Yeah, guys need more help than women need.
Yeah, are you guys Steve Harvey, though, he said to get, was it 5 different colored suits that look good on you whenever you put them on and all that kind of stuff, and then you can mix and match all those if they, like match. You get matching
And then you
suits,
get
but
100
different
suits.
colors, and you have a ton of different stuff. He's like, I only have 5 suits, and I look great every night on TV. And that's what he does.
Do you guys get fed the same? Like, because in my feed, my algorithm knows, like, oh, she's loving watching people get dressed and have style.
Whoa.
So do you guys have that in your feed at all?
Yeah.
Like, with dudes doing get ready with me's?
No, I don't have any of that. I do have ads. I'm constantly sold boots
Yeah.
and jackets, which okay,
Work.
that makes sense.
All I do is I just go to 2 pages. I go to Marty Robbins or Dwight Yoakam, and I look at what they're wearing.
Nice.
So
And
im-
that's all I
imagine,
got.
Beauty suits,
Imagine-
basically, is what
They're
you're looking
awesome.
yeah,
Yeah.
imagine if Dwight Yoakam had I don't know, a men's clothing
He
store.
should,
Right.
dude.
And every day he'd be like, well, I put this denim jacket with these denim
With the
jeans.
different
this
color
belt.
denim. But no, he's
For
the
this
he's the
reason.
best dressed human on the planet.
Dwight
by far.
Yoakam?
Yeah.
I gotta look
He
him
looks
up.
He's
incredible
got that
all the time.
he's got
Same
that
wardrobe.
perfect like skinny redneck body too.
Dude,
Everything
yeah.
is-
I loved him in
on.
Sling Blade,
Sling
right?
Blade. I mean, he can't do wrong.
He
He's
is great.
awesome. Hey,
I'm
we
a
got married
jacket
the same
man.
month too.
I like to dress things up with. I got a lot of cool jackets. That's why I like fall.
Me too.
Summer's
Me too.
not a good time for me. I'm pretty basic.
I mean, look,
biatch.
every day I'm wearing some wacky jacket, and that's kind of the only thing I spend my money on is
Mm-hmm.
jackets and
Same.
shoes. Not that much.
Jackets
but-
and boots usually.
Yeah, I'm usually wearing free T-shirts with some jacket that I got sold on Instagram. So check this out. If you're getting your dietary advice, are you guys getting dietary advice on social media at all?
No.
Because I'm going to say, I will admit, that's the only other thing that I'm really spending money on is making sure health is a priority.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, that's the only thing that I'm kind of like, wow, that's expensive, but it's my health.
Right.
It's worth it kind of thing.
See, I'd rather eat what I want now so I can just spend all that money on medicine later on.
Right. Well, if you're getting dietary action or advice on TikTok, so are a lot of people. But maybe stop that.
Aw.
The Washington Post did a big article this month on why that advice can't always be trusted. It's not because all influencers are idiots either. Some aren't, but a lot are being paid by certain things to say certain things. And it's not always,
Yeah.
they're not always making it clear that it's paid content. You know, like on Instagram or different things, there's like a lot of rules. The FTC has regulations for this stuff now. If you're being paid to back a certain stance, you're supposed to disclose it. But on TikTok, not everybody's doing it.
Right.
There's actually a lot of shady and hide paid partnership that aren't using the hashtag and all that kind of stuff. 3 reporters looked at TikTok videos from 68 different dietitians. 33 of them with a combined 11 million followers had recently posted sponsored content, and only around half were actually upfront about it. So only 15%. 50% on TikTok.
But usually you could.
Or on the
Here's
up and-
how you could tell that they are making money off of this thing and they're just promoting one thing is because they always say there's a link in my right down here,
In their bio.
and they
Yeah.
don't say they're sponsored or anything. But if they click, you're giving them money. So I take that with a grain of salt.
So we're talking about 3 different dietitians that they looked at that were challenged on TikTok. They did not make it clear that they were actually being paid by a lobbyist group that works with Coca-Cola and Pepsi.
Wow. Yeah, man, you got to really dig. If you're going to start going down those rabbit holes and you like somebody's idea, you got to make sure you kind of vet. If you don't know them inside and out, like there's a lot of really famous people who have sponsorships and they are experts in anything.
Yeah.
But if you like, for me, as my algorithm starts understanding, like, because I do see a lot of like cooking and food things, and I like to cook more vegetarian style. So like, I don't know, sometimes I'll start watching something and then there's a product in it. Oh, and then there's a supplement. Oh, and then it's like,
Gotta get it off.
you can kind of start seeing the road that they're
Yeah, and
driving
I think this one, when you kind of zoom in on the article, they're talking less about like food and supplements, and it's more about like, hey, this study says that 81% of us need to drink more coffee
Yeah.
because that's good for our blood,
Well, I
or
wonder-
this or that. It's those kind of things.
When-
Because, I
When
mean,
are the
these-
lobbyists? When are the lobbyist companies going to reach out to me and start paying me? Man, this would be cool. I'll talk
Yeah.
about that stuff.
Lobby me? Is that
Yeah,
is that your lobby?
me. I like that.
Let's see. Google says that how-to searches are more popular than ever, except for early in the pandemic when we were Googling how to do everything, from baking bread to finding toilet paper. They released a big report on the top how-to searches in the U.S. so far this year. What do you think the highlights are for how-to? If you put how-to into your Googie right now, what's it going to autofill?
How to fix toilet. Just very specific.
I thought Tim didn't clog toilets.
He doesn't, but he's not home when things are happening.
Okay. Well, the states asking the most how-to questions are...
I think one has to be how to garden.
Well, here's the states. Let me get down to that. I don't see any gardens here.
Oh, really? I thought this past year was kind of a big garden year.
How-to questions are most asked by West Virginia, Utah, Kentucky, Arkansas, and Oklahoma. The top how-to searches overall are how to draw, how to pronounce ...
Oh, yeah, use that one.
how to tie a tie, how to screenshot something,
Fun.
and how to get a passport.
Interesting.
All over the place, right?
Yeah.
I do the how to pronounce often.
I do too.
Yeah, me too.
But that's also because
We work in
people
this business.
destroy us if we say something wrong.
And I probably still screw up the word.
That's right. The top how to help question includes how to help anxiety, how to help people, how to help constipation,
Nice.
depression,
Good guy.
cramps, back pain, and diarrhea also made the top 10.
Cha-cha-cha, man.
So you're right with the toilet thing.
See?
I see where
Yeah.
we're going.
We
here.
are toilet is top of mind. Like when the pandemic started, what did we all do? We took in all of the TPY. Toilet is top of
Yeah,
mind.
instead of food, we just think toilet.
Yep.
It's really interesting.
The
We all
top-
love toilet.
We have problems.
The top how to be questions include how to be better, how to be a man, how to be happy, how to be yourself, and how to be a player. The
Bill
top,
Bellamy just appears.
Yeah.
How to be a player.
the top how to clean questions include how to clean shoes, how to clean leather, how to clean mold, and how to clean ears. The top 5 how to make questions are how to make money, how to make rice, how to make eggs, how to make bread, and how to make coffee. The top how to fix questions are, you said toilet was number 1 for you.
Yep.
It's zipper, and then Wi-Fi, and then how to fix an ingrown toenail, and then how to fix a relationship.
Oh, well.
Wow.
And speaking of relationships, they also looked into searches for that, and they include how to be in a relationship, how to fix a relationship, how to build a relationship,
How to destroy.
how to end a relationship,
Yeah.
and how to leave a relationship or how to get out of a relationship. We were just talking about clothes, and just before the memoriam, I want to remind you to grab your scarf, your boots, and your hot cocoa because there's a lot of corn mazes coming to
I am here for this.
I'm all into the corn mazes. I love it. I love doing it with the kids now because I'm no longer a parent of someone that will get lost and get afraid. If they get lost, you'll figure it out. We're kind of like we're lost. We'll see them at the entrance.
Yeah.
We'll just let them be, which is much better. Brookdale Farms Corn Maze is happening. That's down in Eureka. I was just down there for a rodeo and a balloon glow. Place is awesome. It's huge. They're doing a corn maze, goat yoga sessions. They got a low ropes course and a corn maze. Teese Farm and Market out in Maryland Heights. We go there a lot. Stuckmeyer Farm Market in Fenton. Eckert's Family Farm in Millstadt. We got Relicky. I think it's Relicky Pumpkin Patch in Platoon Beach. These are all Illinois places. You guys know these places?
Oh, yeah. Home of the pumpkin cannon.
Dick Herber Farms in Darden Prairie, Heartland Farms in Bourbon, Missouri, Brommelsick Park in Defiance, and Great Godfrey Maze in Godfrey, Illinois.
That's America, baby.
Yes,
We have an overabundance of food to the point that we turn our food into an escape room, and I love that about us.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Friday,
Yes.
and I feel it's time for Rafe's E Memoriam.
'Tis time for the E Memoriam, brought to you by Hughes Funeral Alternatives. Discover Aquamation, people, the natural, gentle, eco-friendly alternative to fire-based cremation. It's cool. Check it out. For those of you unfamiliar, the E Memoriam is a segment we do at the end of every week to honor those we've lost, whether we lost them for something we said or an opinion they didn't agree with or just the fact that they hate the sound of my own voice, and I get that. I get that. Sometimes I hate it too. But for whatever reason, whatever email, text message, disconnected, long Instagram private message you sent, I just want you to know we will miss you. We want to honor you and send you off in a loving and honorable way. So let's get started because I got quite a few this week. First up, Freak of the Week Weenie Boy.
Uh-oh.
Matthew sent an email saying he loves the show but has to tune out during Freak of the Week because it's too gross and disturbing.
I get it.
Oh, dear sensitive weenie boy who finds our Craigslist Freak of the Week segment just a tad too spicy for your delicate sensibilities. Did our Freak of the Week segment make your tea too hot? Or was it that our humor just wasn't perfectly brewed lukewarm chamomile like you like? Considering the insanity we wade into in this show, your tender distaste for our slice of Craigslist combat is the emotional equivalent of someone who complains about a paper cut while standing in a goddamn war zone. I mean, let's face it, the internet is a strange place, and we're just shining a light on one dark, putrid, oozing, horny, dank, hideously twisted, disturbingly shocking, overly moist, cake-farting corner of it. But fear not, there's plenty of vanilla content for you out there. Perhaps a knitting podcast, a meditation app, or make your other 5 radio preset buttons 99.1 Joy FM. As you tiptoe away, clutching your pearls, remember, Matthew, those pearls are made from oysters filtering grit, filth, and sand through their mouth, stomach, heart, intestines, gills, and anus. Just like us, filtering through Freak of the Week. Bye-bye. Next up, Swiftie slanderers, a.k.a. Tay-Tay trolls. For those of you who've taken a break from obsessively listening to Foghat cassettes and tweeting about how good you were at high school football to focus on bashing the Lord's gift, Taylor Swift, we salute your indefatigable spirit and the 37 total season rushing yards you had before you, quote, almost went pro back in 1989, ironically, which was also the name of Tay-Tay's multi-platinum debut pop album. But you got to take your bad blood and go. We get it. You think Shake It Off is about your inability to take a leak without getting 6 drops of pee-pee on the front of your pleated khakis. But hey, perhaps while you're penning your 57th tweet about how she's just another pop star ruining football, she's busy adding another Grammy to her shelf and picking up Travis Kelce and banging him up against the wall of Arrowhead Stadium, Amazon style. Don't know what Amazon style is? Look it up. It's wild. Maybe, just maybe, while you're lamenting her plethora of chart-topping hits, she's crafting another song that, let's face it, will still end up annoyingly as your guilty pleasure. And hey, if you're going to criticize anyone's love life, perhaps we should start with that silicone Campbell's soup can that you keep in the nightstand.
What?
Till then, haters gonna hate. Trailer gonna trade. Say goodbye. Next up, Ouija board buffs.
Whoa.
Oh, boy. Lern ain't going to like this one. We angered the spirits of the daring souls who gathered around the mystical board of questionable craftsmanship, likely purchased from a clearance shelf at your local toy store when we said Ouija boards were bullcrap. Well, we salute your commitment. It's no small feat to engage in deep, meaningful conversations with the spirit realm, brought to you by the Parker Brothers. We genuinely marvel at your ability to channel ancient spirits that, against all odds, always seem to make the exact same spelling mistakes that you do in your text messages of your Wiccan Crystal Hunters group chat. Sorry, Lern.
It's okay.
And kudos on convincing yourselves that the afterlife, filled with centuries of wisdom, mostly wants you to chat about whether you should dump your current boyfriend. Isn't it marvelous how those age-old spirits from the Victorian era know all about your office drama? It's astounding that the afterlife is so concerned about Becky's latte order and whether Chad from accounting is single and ready to mingle. Maybe it's time to consider that your mystical board, which shares shelf space with Monopoly, Uno, and Don't Wake Daddy, isn't quite the hotline to the great beyond, but more like a game of mousetrap for simple-minded simpletons. Maybe next time the planchette spells out YOLO, take it as a sign that you've fallen victim to groupthink. Should you leave? The spirits say yes.
Oh.
Next up, vaccine nanobot enthusiasts. Oh, tough week for you guys. October 4th came and went, and we're not all robots controlled by the government. And I'm sure you've moved the goalpost, but just in case, we did get a few emails of people saying I need to wake up and see the truth. So here we go. All right, folks, gather around. A special shout out to those select intellectuals who've watched one too many sci-fi movies and now believe that vaccines come with a side of nanobots. Attention, all you tech-savvy tinfoil hat wearers. Woo-woo! This is the Martian Overlord.
Oh, no.
Here's the ever-vocal few who insisted that a shot in the arm is a one-way ticket to becoming the next Iron Man minus the cool armor. You'd think in this digital age there'd be software update for gullibility, but apparently you haven't downloaded it through the jab just yet. Because, of course, in a world where we can't even get decent Wi-Fi in every coffee shop, global elites have magically mustered millions of microscopic robots to put into our bloodstream. Bless. Maybe while they're in there, those nanobots could fix your broken logic circuits. I mean, if Big Pharma was as technologically advanced as you claim, surely they'd have developed a pill for the level of paranoia that you're experiencing. But hey, next time your phone glitches out, feel free to blame the polio vaccine. not the 47 tabs you've got open researching, quote, the truth, end quote. Here's hoping your next software update includes a filter for delusion. Just remember, believing everything you read on the internet doesn't make you enlightened. Sometimes it makes you a dim bulb. But on your way out, just remember, not every jab turns you into a transformer, and if it did, old Rafe here would be first in line. I am Optimus Rafe. Next up, McRib, fanatics, and foes. Somehow we pissed off both sides of the room. When we were split right down the middle on whether the McRib, we did it.
We got in the aisle.
Everybody hates us. Everybody hates us. Everybody hates us. Woo! We split the room and somehow pissed off both sides of this truly pointless argument. So gather around for your sauce-stained disciples and utterly horrified naysayers. To the enthusiasts who eagerly await the McRib's ephemeral appearance, treating it as some sort of saucy, sacred cow holiday, let's be real. You're championing a ribless rib. A meaty mirage that dances into town like a barbecue-smeared carnival worker who bangs your wife and steals all your money off the dresser.
Wow.
Your enthusiasm is only rivaled by the McRib haters, a group that seems to think enjoying the boneless wonder is akin to admitting that believing the earth is flat. To them, the sandwich is the food equivalent of listening to Nickelback, a guilty pleasure that they can't fathom nor shut up about. It's like the Kardashians of fast food. You either keep up or you loudly declare your disdain. Either way, in the back of your mind, you're wondering how much of that meatiness is real and how much was injected in a lab. Am I right? Come on.
Yes.
Thanks to both camps for ensuring that the McRib remains more debated than many highly important political issues. Whether you're salivating in anticipation or gagging in disgust, one thing is clear. The McRib has made you all dance to its saucy tune and made you all turn us off. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba, not loving it. Finally, last but not least, YouTube live chat chodes. Hello. The Rizz Show live chat. Well, been a rough weekend there. So I will say this to you, live chatters. What was brought back from the dead may be destined to return to ash. Resurrected as a family-friendly, fun internet oasis, the YouTube live chat has quickly devolved into a crybaby cyber cesspool of brackish, muddy, tar-filled blackwater that makes the BP oil spill seem like a whoopsie-daisy. Lest we lose the chat indefinitely, we may have come to a pivotal moment where we must bid adieu to some of our delicate live chatters who, armed with anonymous uncle-like hack comedy usernames and a questionable Wi-Fi connection, have anointed themselves as the Shakespeare of sass because they lack the clarity to see themselves for what they truly are, the cake smear of ass. Every time your show airs and we go on the air, there they are, pounding away on the keys of their keyboard like they're trying to exercise their own personal demons. Maybe it's high time you put down last night's half-eaten Hot Pocket and reflect on why your cat seems to prefer our show over your disconnected, dull, conspiracy-filled rants. Now, it is a bit baffling that with all the internet real estate available, you choose our chat room to throw your little tiresome tantrums. So, to our cherished keyboard warriors, bye-bye. You're the static in our broadcast, the smear on our camera lens, the skid mark on the buffering wheel of our existence. Don't let the virtual door hit you in your whiny ass on the way out. There's a lovely X button on your tab. Use it. We promise the digital realm will continue spinning even without your hot takes. We bid you adieu. And now to the real RIP, only one today, and it's a tough one for me, Dick Butkus. One of the toughest men ever put on God's green earth passed away yesterday. One of the greatest actors of all time, starring as Ed Klawicki, the diner owner in the quintessential 90s sitcom hit My Two Dads. Ran for 3 seasons and on the USA Network for the next 45 years. And God, it's a good one. I had a T-shirt in high school I used to wear under my football pads. It was a picture of Dick Butkus that said, Dick Butkus never wore an earring, and by God, he didn't.
That is awesome.
He was a bad, bad man.
Yeah, he was.
Was one of the first people to make quarterbacks have nightmares about the defensive end. So here's to Dick Butkus, a real RIP, and that concludes this week's In Memoriam, brought to you by Hughes Funeral Alternatives.
Good job, Ray.
Well done.
Beautiful.
Well done. I love that. That guy, by the way, was built to be the toughest guy
He was.
on the planet.
Was his
Bill.
real name
His
Dick
mustache
Butkus?
was tough, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You think he changed it to that?
Richard Butkus.
Yeah. Richard Butkus.
That's how you know you're a tough guy.
Dick Butkus.
That's
I mean, that
right.
could have been president. He could have easily been a president with that
President
name.
Dick Butkus.
That
me tell you
man
something.
could have done whatever he wanted.
That's like the real life boy named Sue. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
yeah, man.
But have
Yeah.
you ever noticed anyone that goes by the name Dick? They always seem like they're a prominent figure in society.
Yeah, they're always super well adjusted, either extremely nice people or people you don't want to mess with.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
they're so powerful and they're connected. Yeah. Man.
There's something about that. Thank you, Rafe. Well done.
Nice.
Good stuff.
Moving on.
Well, we got a lot to fit in today still. We got news, we got sports, we got to find out what happened last night with the NFL Pick'em. We got some tickets to give away for Password, but up next is going to be Friday Fails. So we got a lot to fit in today. It is Friday.
That would.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for your Friday Fails. These people thought they had it all worked out. They thought they had a great plan, but it just ending up in a huge, an ultra, a mega,
Do it, Moon.
dare I say, fail. You guys sounded excellent.
Great collab.
I am so very impressed with you.
We had to pick up the
Thank you.
slack. We're a man
Fails,
down.
fails are brought to you by.
Bye.
Yeah, we'll get it, Scott.
Yeah.
I'll start with this. We've all experienced regret in our lives, but there's nothing quite like a bad tattoo. Hand in the air if you have a bad tattoo.
Hi.
I don't.
Bet you can't have just one.
Mine are symmetrical.
I got a
oh,
cool
you have
one.
symmetrically bad.
Yes.
Yeah, I got some really bad ones.
I got a nice one.
We should all do a picture series, a little carousel of our bad tattoos.
Heck yeah.
I had one removed. You guys have one bad enough to have it lasered off?
No, I'm afraid to do that.
Nah.
I did it.
I was just thinking, Noah, that
4 or 5 sessions.
Your swastika.
Friday Fails.
You're swastika.
Don't,
No.
don't,
That was a joke.
We got the
Taylor.
joke. It was a
Calm
joke.
down. That was
No,
just kidding.
it was actually a sacred heart, but it looked like a sacred radish.
Oh,
Didn't look
great.
good.
It's dude, it's
I got
still,
the-
here. Look, it's
Yeah,
right
let
here.
me see.
It's right here. I mean, you can still see what it was.
Oh, yeah. It does
mean-
look like a radish.
That, dude,
It literally looks like the game Zelda when
This
you
is
get a
what
radish
you
out of the
get.
ground and cook it into a heart.
this is what you get at 19 years old when you walk into some random ass place in Lake of the Ozarks and say, "I'll take a sacred heart. Can you do that?" And they say,
All
Sacred
right.
heart.
I
Yeah, I
guess.
can do that.
Lay down.
Yeah, I thought it was cool, though.
What's on
yeah,
the inside
Rizz and I
here?
have the
That's a
same
cool one.
bad one.
"Inside, some lion and sun stuff and cherry blossoms and stuff." That one's not as regrettable. I like that one. Well, nothing quite like a bad tattoo. Questionable designs, badly drawn designs, spelling mistakes. Tattoos are for life. Not always a good thing. For one woman named Jordan, and this is making its rounds. Find this picture and put it up there. The nightmare became a reality when she went in for a tattoo and got an inking with a major error. A major error. She posted a video of the big unveiling on social media, and soon it went viral. Thanks to her brilliant reaction, Jordan can be seen in the clip sitting in the chair and looking at her new wrist tattoo. Guys, it's on the wrist. At least mine was under the sleeve, on the top of the bicep.
Kind of
Right.
hidden, yeah.
On the wrist. She went hysterical because the tattoo was supposed to read, "Everything's fine." So this sounds like somebody that needs to be reminded of that. So look, I'll look at my wrist and it's going to tell me everything's fine, because maybe she's a little bit prone to anxious moments. The artist had missed out they just left out a key letter. They missed the Y. It says, "Everything's fine." Everything's.
Everything's.
Failed.
Hey, honey, everything's fine.
Everything's fine.
Everything's fine.
Everything's fine. The greatest part
beautiful.
about it is the tattoo artist can also be seen in the video completely dazed, realizing
no.
what he's done.
How do you
Bad.
miss that?
Yeah, how do you miss
news.
that?
Because you're supposed to see it, right?
Yeah, you got the stencil on first, right?
I'm going to say that's both people's fault.
right.
A, the stencil's supposed to be there. B, you're supposed to, I would be watching it. Now, admittedly, I have a couple tattoo mistakes. There was one that I wasn't watching, back of the arm right here, silver chair, frog stomp cover.
Right.
My frog is missing a toe. It is missing a
It
toe.
happens.
This was done by a very famous artist, TV famous, all this kind of stuff. Now, granted, it was done in the back of an RV in George Washington State. And but I'm missing a toe. I'm fully missing a toe.
I'm looking at Frog Stomp.
No, it's missing a toe because Johnny Venus has a matching one.
Yeah.
And his has more toes.
He's got.
What's your regrettable one? I forget.
Well, there's
something about a race car.
Choose one. I got hot rod tattooed on my arm.
That's what it was. Yeah.
Drunk on Mad Dog. Second time Mad Dog's come up as a problem this week. 17 years old. Forged my dad's signature at a place in Carbondale. I think me and Lern got tattoos at the same place.
We probably on the same day, probably. So.
Maybe not the same day, but they definitely weren't hard and hard as far as like.
Yeah. I was underage too.
And I got it was just a dare. They're like a dare to get Roddy Piper's hot rod tat. And I go, okay. How would I ever grow to regret that?
This seems like a great decision.
So then it's like, I got, went to college and played football and got more muscular, but the tattoo didn't grow. So now it's even more ridiculous because it's tiny on my arm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then it's one of those things that I'm like, yeah, it's funny though.
Yeah,
right?
it's great.
Yeah, it's awesome.
So it's like when I look in the mirror, if I'm ever feeling like a little too on my high horse or a little smug or, like there's always, I got a nice little reminder.
Yeah,
I'm like, oh, you're an idiot. Underneath it all, you, at one time in your life, pretty big idiot.
Yeah, it's a reminder that
keeps you humble.
No matter where you are, you can still make mistakes.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's for sure. I know two people with misspellings. One is a name, a very important name in their life.
Funny.
Misspelled the name. And the other, well, it's not a misspelling. This was a gal who got that jailhouse tattoo with your initials.
Mm-hmm.
Initials. She got married, took another feller's name, now no longer her initials.
Well,
cool.
Kind of her past life, though. It can still mean something.
Yeah, you could rechange that. You have a buddy who thought it'd be funny to copy. His dad had some just old school, ridiculous looking marine tattoo kind of things in, but some of them were kind of silly. But he copied it. He did the whole thing on his arm too, so he had the identical tattoos as the dad. It was pretty awesome.
Twins,
it was also
Basil.
kind of a goof because wasn't that cool? But yeah,
Fails
Rizz and I
brought to you
have
by-
good ones.
Oh, yeah, you have nipples.
We've got the nipples. So today's Friday Fails brought to you by Mort's Royce Jewelry, the official jeweler of the Rizzuto Show.
The nipples are not regrettable, though, right?
No,
That's
these are
memory.
important.
Those are pretty
Hey,
incredible.
should I get? I'm thinking about getting
A new nipple?
a new tattoo. Yeah,
What are you going to do?
What are you going to get?
my Western Kick logo, the band Western Kick.
Underneath the nipple?
No, I think right here.
On the chest?
Yeah,
Oh,
might go
chest
brave.
Hey, Scott going chest
What do you guys
tattoo.
think? Should I do it?
Do it.
Whoa.
right.
Yeah, do it. I was thinking about that too. Like, I still want to get the Rolling Stones tongue and lips with my mom's favorite band is the Rolling Stones, and she and I have kind of this inside joke because my stepdad hates tattoos. So we would get them on our butts.
Wow.
Matching Rolling Stones tattoo with my mom on our cheeks of our ass.
I like it.
I've known you for a long time, and I still learn something about you every week. I love this.
Might happen this year. We'll see.
Collecting Pokemon cards has made a major comeback in recent years, but you might have a tough time becoming a Pokemaster behind bars. 35-year-old Josh Dale Hardy, a now former correctional officer for Calhoun County, Alabama, sir, was arrested after allegedly stealing Pokemon cards from a local Walmart. Josh, who had just completed a shift at the county jail, was still in his uniform, caught on surveillance cameras removing individual Pokemon trading cards from their packaging and putting them in his pockets. When Walmart employees confronted Josh, he ran from the store on foot. Later found at a restaurant nearby by police, Josh was then arrested and charged with theft. He has since been fired. The recent surge of Pokemon cards' popularity led major retailers to pull them off the shelves after numerous incidents, but this might be one of the first where the guy was caught in uniform.
Wow. Failed.
Usually not a great idea to taunt a cop, even if it's a sexy taunt. Police in Canada got a call on Sunday about a 28-year-old woman causing a scene at a store in a small town halfway between Vancouver and Calgary. She was refusing to leave a business at 7:30 p.m. So a Mountie showed up, kicked her out, but she kept causing a scene outside. She was either drunk or on drugs, it is not clear, but the cop was planning to let her go until she got up in his face and started twerking. He was walking back to his squad car when she blocked his path and started twerking while yelling obscenities at him. He told her she'd be arrested if she didn't stop twerking, and the police say she, quote, remained committed to her course of action. I love the police talk. He arrested her for public intoxication, breach of peace. That
Failed.
is a total fail because she was going to be let go. A police spokesman said the woman came into the incident like a wrecking ball.
Gosh.
Just because you've been a criminal for a while doesn't mean you're very good at it. 48-year-old Kaisha Henderson lives in Florida, and she has a long rap sheet with 39 felonies. 39 felonies and 5 stints in jail. Last Tuesday, she and another woman, 33-year-old Kiera Tolliver, robbed a little old lady at a Walmart 45 miles north of Tampa. One of them apparently distracted her while the other stole her wallet. They used her credit cards to buy more than $2,000 worth of stuff. They might have actually gotten away with it. But for some reason, they decided to go back to the same Walmart the very next day while some cops happened to be there investigating this incident. After an employee spotted him, one of the gals blasted one of the cops with a can of pepper spray when they tried to arrest her.
Jeez, that's smart.
She then tried to spray another cop, but missed his face and hit his arm. She surrendered when she saw him pull a taser.
Wow.
Meanwhile, Walmart security got the other one into custody. They're facing multiple charges for theft and fraudulent use of a credit card. They also had an outstanding warrant for identity theft.
Golly.
Failed.
Oops.
One of 2 women who shoplifted from a California nail supply store returned to the scene of the crimes minutes later to demand their cell phone, which they dropped during the robbery. The store owner offered to exchange her electronic device, which police said had the suspect's driver's license and credit card inside the case. For the stolen stuff, the rotten woman assaulted the employee prior to leaving a second time. The alleged assault turned theft was for about $600 worth of merchandise, less than the value of the phone in the robbery charge. The store owner suffered minor injuries after being thrown to the ground by one of the suspects. The 2 suspects were a 24-year-old and a 19-year-old. They left the scene in a vehicle. They were contacted by police minutes later, where they were still sitting in their car outside their home about a mile away. So police went down there and say the stolen merchandise was in plain sight inside the vehicle. Both women taken to jail, both released on $5,000 bail.
Nice.
Failed.
If anyone would know the dangers of drinking and driving, it's a cop, especially one known for making DUI arrests. Mm-hmm. A police officer in the Sacramento area named Raymond Barantes has been recognized by Mothers Against Drunk Driving for his work in arresting drunk drivers. So this is his thing.
That's awesome.
He's even received an award for it. Anybody know where this is going?
Oh, no.
I have a guess.
Over the weekend, Raymond arrested for DUI himself.
Oh, man.
He was pulled over just before noon on Saturday. He was off duty at the time. Unclear why he was pulled over, but the cops suspected he was drunk. A MAD program specialist says, "I'm surprised constantly by who gets drunk driving arrests. One of the things we know is drunk driving is a cross-the-board issue. Unfortunately, it hits every work situation." Raymond has worked for the department for about 9 years. He is now on paid administrative leave while the department investigates the situation. Raymond. Failed.
Bummer, man.
An Arizona man was arrested for shipping a boatload of fentanyl through the mail. Back on August 30th, detectives started surveilling 36-year-old Gabriel Lopez, who dropped a package off at a UPS store. The package was intercepted by cops, who then found it contained a kilo of powdered fentanyl. A search warrant was then executed for his house, and 2 more kilos of fentanyl and 6 kilos of cocaine were seized. 3 kilos of powdered fentanyl is enough to make 3 million fentanyl pills. 3 million. Doing the math, that's about $15 million on the street. This dude has been shipping the bundles out of state to New Hampshire, New York, Pennsylvania, and Nebraska. This dude is going away for a long time.
That's
Failed.
interesting.
A man who tried to pay for his McDonald's order with a fake $100 bill was apparently printing more fake money in a nearby hotel room.
I
My
like
people,
this.
let's
This guy
go.
had
You
the
can't get this guy in trouble. Come on,
man.
poor guy.
Counterfeit Corey. All right.
James Oak Smith was arrested and charged with uttering a false bill and possession of 10 or more counterfeit notes. He was busted last Wednesday at a Mickey D's. James ordered lunch and paid for it with a fake $100 bill. Employees realized the money was fake and returned the bill to James in exchange for the meal back. Cops were called. James was detained for an investigation. Now, the cops were close by since they responded to a nearby La Quinta Inn, which means next to Denny's, earlier to help escort James off the hotel property. He left his belongings in the hotel lobby and walked over to McDonald's right afterwards, deputies said. There were items in plain view that could be used to make fake money. Some of the stuff included acetone, laundry detergent, press boards, laptop, printers, all sorts of stuff. In the room that James booked at the hotel, there was a printer paper, latex gloves. The sink also appeared to be covered in black ink. I gotta catch I can't find an image of the bill, but I gotta assume it looks like crap.
He had a ton of stuff there. How do you afford all that?
There's ink all in the sink. I have to see a picture of this. See if you can find one.
Okay.
Multiple counterfeit bills and washed dollar bills were found in James' pockets on the floor under the table at McDonald's. James is currently on probation out of Idaho and remains in the Collier County Jail. The investigation is ongoing.
And James
Failed.
Let's see here if I can find that.
This man was locked up for assault with a delicious weapon. 23-year-old man in Florida was arrested after assaulting a couple of Walgreens employees earlier this week. He went into the Walgreens about 1:20 because he wanted cigarettes. The workers refused, told him to get out. It's unclear why he was denied, but he was also hammered. That probably had something to do with it. The guy was furious, started throwing Snickers bars at the employees, struck a female worker in the face. Jeez. Male worker was hit in the chest. Neither employee was injured by the Snickers bars, but the man was charged with 2 counts of misdemeanor battery. He was later released on $1,000 bond.
Failed.
I don't know why it tickles me.
He's throwing candy bars. He's got that
catching them in their mouths. Over here.
I don't know exactly what this lady was thinking. I almost wish every delivery driver cared about my order this much. A 33-year-old Whitney Moffitt drives for DoorDash in Amarillo, Texas. She went to pick up an order at Wingstop on Sunday, but it wasn't ready when she got there. It's not clear how long it had been or how long she was waiting, but she got so annoyed that she apparently decided to go grab the order herself and walked back into the kitchen. They told her to leave, sparked a fight. Police say she physically attacked the store's manager. She continued attacking him as he tried to escort her out of the building. An off-duty cop happened to see it, and she got into it with him, started fighting him. She's now facing charges for assault and resisting an arrest. I love it.
It's a good time, man.
Failed.
I just want to know, did they get their
Dedicated.
wings? Did they get their wings? Wingstop is awesome.
Right, it is awesome.
And does
That'd
DoorDash
be real
reward
sad.
her for that, going out of the extra little step there to be a great employee to get that stuff?
All I know is the next time I'm waiting too long, I'm going to assume that my DoorDasher or my Uber Eats person or whatever is kicking some ass trying to get me my wings.
Right.
They are awesome.
It seems like this happens a lot now. The first part of the story, not the second. A 43-year-old guy named Trent Guthmiller was walking into a McDonald's. Here we go, another McDonald's. This one's in North Dakota. This is lunch break. This is back on Saturday. A random guy outside asked him if he was buying him a Big Mac and if he could buy him a Big Mac and a Happy Meal when he came out. Guy's name is George Demarius. He's 33. He had his 1-year-old daughter with him in a stroller, and there was also a 27-year-old woman. Now, some people might say yes to this request, mainly because there's a kiddo there, right?
Right.
Trent said no.
Oh.
He said
No.
and told George
No.
to get a job. George did not take kindly to that. He followed him into the restaurant, pulls a gun. He called Trent a, quote, disrespectful SOB and told him to F off. Then, you disrespectful SOB.
Get the f*** out of here.
He pulled the handgun. So then he put the handgun away and he left. Thankfully, nobody was hurt. Police caught up with him, found the gun hidden in the daughter's stroller,
Cool.
facing a felony charge for terrorizing with the dangerous weapon. The woman with him also ended up in jail after giving the cops a fake name. She pleaded guilty and got 10 days. He's probably facing a much stiffer sentence for that.
Failed.
You like that?
I do.
Yeah.
I
Just
love
think
this.
that guy wouldn't be in jail if that other guy was so nice.
Yeah. You just like the,
No.
hey, man, can you bring me a Happy Meal
No.
and a Big Mac? I got a kid here.
No.
No thanks. No time. A grandfather. And finally, a grandfather who was officiating a wedding in Nebraska is facing charges after accidentally shooting his 12-year-old grandson during the ceremony. 62-year-old Michael Gardner officiating the festivities last Saturday when he attempted to shoot a snub-nosed revolver loaded with a blank into the air to get the attention of the wedding guests.
Yeah.
What happened to the whistle? Or a, hey,
Yeah.
hey, listen up.
This is better.
He cocked back the
Can't
hammer.
clink on the side of a bush tall boy and get everybody's
Yeah,
attention.
right.
Like a can of
Like a
champagne.
real man.
So he cocks back the hammer of the revolver. It slipped, shot his grandson on the left shoulder.
Oh, my God.
45-year-old Colt ammunition was a blank, but Grandpa Michael put black powder into the casing and glued it. The hard glue shot out like a projectile, hit the kid. Grandson's going to be okay. Grandpa Michael arrested and charged of child abuse and neglectful firing of a firearm and injuring somebody. Cops do not think alcohol was a factor.
Oh, that's surprising.
That's good.
Fail.
Once.
Yeah, and those are your Friday fails.
Oh, man.
I don't know why that reminds me of Three Amigos when they're waiting for the invisible, what is it, the invisible man or something like that, and Chevy Chase shoots the gun and it kills the invisible man. And
I'm just happy that we found Lern's tickle spot.
No.
That's that's your tickle
That's
button.
it, man.
It's 8:45. We're going to play Password up next. It's going to be a lot of fun. Right now it's 8:45. Learn, tell me some traffic and weather.
It's brought to you by Worldwide Technology Raceway. NASCAR weekend is back. It's coming up on June 1st and 2nd. It feels like a long time, but it's going to be here before you know it. Tickets are on sale now, just $10, WWTRaceway.com. EMS on the scene with an accident at Butler Hill, east of Tesson Ferry. Your point weather today, we will get up to 66 as the high. It's going to be a gorgeous weekend. Right now, it's 50 degrees, and your point weather is brought to you by CarX Tire and Auto.
So up next, we got helmet tickets. We have Ludo tickets. We have Tech 9 and Hollywood Undead tickets. We're just going to blow them out. Hopefully we get a lot of winners. We are playing Password. Tune into the Michelob Ultra Studio Cams, and right now is your opportunity to call and play. 314-624-3833 or 618-398-3833. We will play Password next. That's what I want to do, because right now we have tickets to give away to Helmet next Wednesday night, October 11th at Delmar Hall. A pair of tickets to see Ludo Friday night, that October 27th show at the pageant. We also have a pair of tickets to see Tech 9 and Hollywood Undead coming up Monday night, October 16th at the factory. Today we play Password. Password. Password is not the easiest of games. We pit two listeners against each other. We have Darren, Matt, Ara, and Justin on the line.
i.e.
And they are going to pick one of us to represent them as a clue giver.
Yes.
And then they have to take the clue, and they will get one guess. And let's try not to guess while the other person is supposed to be
God.
guessing.
Yeah, guess
like
when it's
last
your
time.
turn.
one at a time. Don't give
Nice,
hints
yes.
away.
So we'll give you the hint. You give us the guess. If you're right, you get the tickets. If you're not, it goes to the next person, the other competitor in which you are competing. Let's go on line one. This is Darren. How you doing, Darren?
What's up, guys?
Hey, Darren. All right. Who would you like to represent you or to partner with you for Password?
Mr. Rafe Williams.
Well, we're off to a horrible start because I cannot compete because I am the clue giver.
Sorry,
I know
Rafe-
all the passwords.
Rafe is the password giver.
Thank you, Darren. I
He loves
appreciate
you.
it. We're off to a great listening start.
So it's me, it's Lern, or it is King Scott.
Mr. Moon, please.
All right.
All right. It's me and Darren. Let me see. This is a
Good luck,
complex
Darren.
phone system here. Matt, are you there from O'Fallon? Matt, are you there from
He
O'Fallon?
takes a while to answer.
Let's see. Is there another one?
Matt.
Matt? No.
Press the.
Oh.
Press the.
See, hang on.
Lost
Come over there.
Darren and
I
we
got
lost
this.
Matt.
Should I get this one?
Oh, I'm here.
He's
Oh.
here. Yay.
So I did it right.
You did it
All right.
But this is Darren, not Matt.
Oh.
Darren's
Hang
here.
on.
Darren's
Hang
Darren's
on,
here.
hang on.
Darren's here, everybody.
No, let's see. Oh,
Is there
I think
two
I just
Darrens?
hung up on him. Is this Matt? God damn.
Hello.
Yeah, who's this?
Someone in the afterlife.
So this
dude.
is Matt. Okay, so we have Matt from O'Fallon. That is now, Darren is gone. Darren is gone.
Yeah, Darren just emailed me after this.
Oh, and now Lern just hung up on Matt. Hey, I'll tell you what. Matt and Darren call back. We're going to give you tickets anyway. Now let's figure out, is this Ara?
Yeah, just email Kingscott at 1057. Yeah.
Okay, Ara, let's not touch any buttons. Ara, hold on.
Do you want me to get more folks?
Go ahead. Justin, is this Justin?
We're going to be giving away a lot of tickets.
Nothing from Justin. Nothing from Justin. Hang on.
We're doing good.
Hang on. Justin, are you there?
Hi.
Hi.
Justin.
Yeah. Guys,
Don't go anywhere.
We are a mess today. All right, so we have Justin. We're going to go with Justin. Who would you like to select?
Moon, please.
Okay, so Justin has me.
He'll hang up on you.
I'm trying not to. We have every single line is X'd out here, Scott. I don't know. I don't know.
get some more,
I don't know what the hell is happening. Okay, so Justin has me. I'm going to put you on hold. Aura, who would you like to select, Lern or King Scott?
King Scott.
All right.
Okay, King Scott. Aura is King Scott.
Are you both still there? Justin and Ara, please confirm.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to start with Aura.
Confirm.
We're going to start with Aura because I have her on the line.
Okay.
So it is Aura and King Scott versus Justin and Moon.
All right, Justin, Ara, here's my advice to you in the password game. Listen to all the clues. They are cumulative clues, trying to lead you to one word. If you say a word that is form of, i.e., if the word was pharmacist and you say pharmacy, I will say form of, which means you're close, but it's a different form of the word. You get one more guess. If you miss it, you're asked out, and the next person gets to guess. So pay close attention. Good luck and Godspeed. Are we ready, Ara?
Yes, ready.
I'm going to show King Scott and Moon the first Rizz Show password.
Oh,
King
Nice.
Scott, you
Okay.
will be first.
All righty. Bigfoot.
Bigfoot.
Beef jerky.
Beef
Jerky.
jerky.
Interesting.
All right.
Interesting.
okay, hold on. Aura says beef jerky for that.
Okay.
Justin.
Justin.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, he's there.
You heard the first clue, right?
Yeah.
Don't lead the witness.
I'm not. I'm just making sure that he heard it.
All right.
We got this phone screw up.
Yeah, you're right. You're
Okay.
right. We got to check in.
Name.
Sasquatch.
Outstanding.
Well done. All right.
Good night.
right.
Well,
All
there's
right.
1 point.
So
All right.
It's
I
2 out
shouldn't
of
have
3,
done
right?
that.
It's best 2 out of 3. I'm
Best
going to
2 out
show
of
you
3.
the next password for Rizz Show. And Moon, you have the option to play or pass.
Ooh. Okay.
Did you get it, Scott?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay,
everybody's
Justin.
got it.
Justin, I'm gonna pass on this. I'm gonna pass to.
Moon is going to pass. King
To
Scott
King
and
Scott.
Ara, you will
Advantage.
play first.
All right. Are you ready for this?
I'm ready.
Okay, this is an easy one. I'm just kidding. Michael Jackson.
Thriller.
Okay.
Good idea.
Can't use proper names,
Oh.
but
Oh,
it's all right. Can't use 2 words. You have to give a 1-word password clue, but that's all right.
I thought we could use names.
It's okay.
Justin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your hint is dance.
Moonwalk.
Outstanding.
The sweep, baby.
Outstanding. Wow.
All right, Justin, I'm gonna put you on hold.
Sorry, Ara.
The sweep
Feel
has
bad.
happened.
All right, sorry, you're out.
Yeah. Should we play for Darren and Matt now?
Yeah, I
Then-
guess so.
Because
Yeah.
they can email me, kingscott at 1057.
Or you could just open up the next phone lines
Yeah,
and
yeah.
get somebody new.
Yeah, I
get
got no.
someone new.
I got no phone lines here, Scott.
You just
I
hit
got.
the-
I got nothing. I got nothing. All right, call in 314-624-3833. There they go. Now they're lighting up.
Lighting up
There we
like
go.
the 4th.
Okay, line 1. Who we got here?
Yeah, this is Caleb.
Caleb.
All right.
Caleb, who would you like to select as your partner and competitor with password?
Let's go with Moon.
All right, Caleb. It's you and me, bud. Hang tight. All right, line 2. Who's this?
It's Bobby.
Bobby. Who are you going to select? You are down to Lern or
Beato.
King Scott.
I want to go with Lern.
All right,
Nice.
Bobby.
You're going to
Okay.
win. You're
Bobby,
going to
good
win.
choice.
Here we
Go.
go. All right. I'm going to go ahead and say that Lern, you're going to go first.
Okay, sounds great.
All right.
Lern and Bobby.
Moon wants to win today.
Lern and Bobby, here is your first Rizz Show password.
Okay.
You've got Lern and Bobby. Who do you have?
Caleb.
Caleb. I have Caleb.
Moon and Caleb.
All right, Bobby.
Listen up, Bobby.
All right.
Breakfast.
Eggs.
Okay.
Eggs is not it, but you're on hold. Caleb.
Yeah.
Mexican.
Burrito.
Lern.
All right, Bobby.
Yes.
Hipster.
Wow. Burrito. They already said omelet.
Okay, omelet. Nope, that's
Okay.
not right, but good guess.
There is
Okay.
a clue that will unlock this. We'll see who gets there. Listen closely.
Caleb, I'm going to say Your hint is... Oh, man. Green.
Let's see. Breakfast green. Spinach.
Not bad. Bobby.
Yes.
Bobby. Okay.
Bring it home.
Sliced.
You said life?
No, sliced.
SLICED. Sliced.
Green breakfast. I have no clue. Guacamole?
All right, we've hit 5. When we hit 5, we will repeat all the clues given. So let's start at the beginning. Lern, what was your first clue?
Breakfast.
Breakfast. Moon.
I said Mexico.
Mexico. Lern.
Hipster.
Hipster.
I said green.
Breakfast. Mexico. Hipster. Green and sliced. Moon, it is your turn to give a clue.
I think I got it.
for this
You think you got it?
obvious
Okay,
password.
then I'm going to... I'll say pit.
Avocado.
Yay!
All right. Appreciate that.
Well, we
Okay.
had to work for that one,
Yep.
people. All right, here we go.
Well done, Caleb.
Moon, here's the second password. Learn, here's the second password.
Okay.
You have the option to play or pass Moon. What will you do?
Ooh. I will pass.
All right, Bobby.
All right.
Wow.
Bobby, listen.
All right.
Somebody's going to win.
Okay, Bobby. Dancing.
Ballroom.
Yes.
Caleb, your hint is...
Oh, come on.
Hang on.
Spit it out.
I can't say it. Okay. I'm trying to really make sure I stay in the rules here.
I appreciate that. I can see. I know what you want to say.
yeah,
You
right,
cannot.
right.
It's a compound word. You have
Okay,
to say.
I'm going to say ball.
Dancing ball. Disco.
Yeah, Caleb. Yeah,
Moon
Caleb.
sweeps out again.
You're good at this game, though.
Oh, thanks, man. Caleb, hang on. We'll get you some
Sweeps
tickets.
out again.
Holy smokes. All right, let's, we got another word, right?
Oh, yeah.
Let's do this again.
We got another set.
Line 5, who are you?
Keeler.
Keeler, what's up, buddy? Who would you like to
Going-
select as your partner?
I'll go with Moon.
All right.
Okay, I'm sensing a theme here.
Okay, hang
now
tight,
that you've
Keelan.
gone undefeated, that people are going to choose you every time.
Let's see. Line 4, who's this?
It was Cato.
Cato.
Kato.
Cato,
Yes,
who would
sir.
you like to select? Turn your radio down. Make sure you're picking Lern or King Scott here.
I will go with King Scott.
King
All
Scott.
right.
King Scott.
We're gonna
All
get. We
right.
got this. If we have to go second.
Moon and Keeler, you will be first since you were chosen first. Here is the first password. Good luck, Keeler. Good luck, Cato. Battle of the K's, I'm assuming. Could be C's, I suppose. Here we go. Moon, you will be giving the first clue.
Oh, okay.
Could you see it?
Yeah.
All right. Moon, you will be first.
Okay, Keeler. Sinking.
Brain.
What'd you say?
Rain.
Brain.
Brain. You said brain?
Yeah.
Oh, he thought you said thinking.
Oh, no. I said sinking with an S. Sinking.
Oh. Boat. I don't know.
Nope.
All right. Sinking and boat. King
All right.
Scott.
Scott
Cato,
and
listen
Cato.
up.
Jungle.
Cruise.
Okay.
That's not it.
That's not it. Third clue coming at you.
Okay. Man. Oh, man. Death.
Quicksand.
Oh, wow. Well done. Dude, I did
Are
not.
you kidding me?
That's incredible.
No, I'm just sitting.
That is
Keeler.
correct. Quicksand is the
Well
clue. And I'll be
done.
honest, I did not think that was going to be
That
That
was
easy.
tough.
word that unlocked
How
it.
the heck?
Yeah.
was
That's
tough.
not even.
Well done.
Did you show the answer, Moon?
Okay.
Well done.
Yeah.
All right.
Moon's texting the answer
Yeah,
to his people.
the next word is
Sorry,
That was a
Kato.
tough. I thought we were going to go at least five clues.
Well,
on
I
that.
thought I was getting it right. I'm like, oh, he's going to say one, and I got
Your next clue, Moon, you can play or pass. Can you read that?
Yes.
Okay.
Can you read it?
Yeah.
I kind of scribbled it weird. So.
All
right.
I'm going to. Oh man.
Chance for you to sweep out and go undefeated on sweeps.
Wow.
Yeah, I'll play strategy here, and I'm going to pass this to Kato and King.
All right, Kato and King.
Wow. Let's see here. Dinosaur.
Fossil.
Okay.
Okay, let's see. Okay.
Just loading one up. Loading. I can see the spinning beach ball above Moon's head.
Cannot say pronouns, right?
You could say pronouns. You just can't say 2 words. Like if it's a celebrity, you can't say Michael Jackson.
I can say that?
Yep.
Okay. Keeler, the hint is Targaryen.
Dragon.
Wow.
Dude,
Oh my goodness! There's something about this chair where everything's turning up me.
Hey, things are
You
coming
sit
up.
on the
Moon.
Iron Throne.
That's
today.
right. This is the Iron Throne of the
This
day.
is disappointment is what
Moon
this
just went
is.
3 for 3.
my
Breaker of
Swept
chains.
you guys.
Hey,
in
Father
both
of
games.
password.
Keeler, well done. I'm going to go ahead and credit my teammates. I was just a very small part
Sorry,
of this.
Kato.
Couldn't have done it without you.
I couldn't have done it without you. Thank you, Keeler. And thanks, everybody. Let's just hold it out there. I like that. It's a Rizz Show. Welcome back. I love how people in the chat are just ripping us over, not knowing how to use the phones. That was an exceptional. That was an
Dude.
exceptional sort of trick that we had to do that Lern and I have never done on this particular board.
Yeah, I don't know that board yet at all. So like, how it worked at Casey is not. I mean, it's the same exact board, but for some reason, how we used to do it did not work here today. I
I'll
don't
be
know.
honest, I thought the board was fake until today. I thought it was just. I honestly just thought it was to make Rizz look cool. I thought there was like a secret guy running it.
It's a lot
That's
of
what
stuff.
I do in there.
I thought there's like a little guy that lives underneath this desk that just runs everything.
Yeah, like
for us. So
Men in
I
Black.
learned today.
It's
I
a
learned.
lot.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
It's a lot of stuff, man. I'll tell you what. And I'm sorry that you've never made a mistake,
You know what we should
Mr.
do?
Perfect.
You know what I want to do one day on this show? I want us to become the characters that are in the live chat that are just throwing shade at each other right now, left and right. And I want us to act out in real time how they sound. Because
That is a great idea.
91% of you I absolutely love.
Yeah,
I'm not
the
gonna
other
tell you.
9%.
you little
sucking.
turds.
We
dude.
could have them write our dialogue.
I had to literally tell somebody, Bailey, you smell like a big old turd.
Whoa!
I threw
Whoa,
somebody
names.
under. Yeah. I threw somebody under the bus. Also, people are talking about who's got the smallest wiener on this show. It's me.
Oh, on this show?
I
Oh,
don't
yeah.
know. I
I
mean,
didn't see that.
Anyway, I'm just saying, I will not bow down to this criticism. And I actually accept it. And we will never shut down the chat again because we will animate
I
it one
might.
day.
Whew. Tell you what, things get hot when you
Yeah.
when Lern is upset about it.
Big old turd.
Oh, I tell you what, man, that is.
Butt hurt.
throwing it.
Oh yeah, where is the
hit it.
butthurt button? I gotta find that. Hang on, I'm gonna search for it because remember, everything isn't as easy as you think it is, and I'm not
right there
over
on
here.
the board.
I just want to hit this one just for fun. Oh, Lern's triggered.
I am so brave.
So
And triggered.
brave.
Chat was really fun for like 2 weeks.
It's usually fun.
It's all
We're
right.
just giving you a lot of heck.
We're just giving you heck, guys. We
Oh,
like when
it's
you
a
come in
good
there
time.
and throw insults around and then get insulted back and then cry about how it's unfair to you to be insulted back when you literally brought it all on yourself.
Not everybody is stoked to make Rafe's in memoriam every week. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Sometimes it's hard to take.
I wonder if there's been anyone that's had it 2 or 3 times so far. You know, who's the most that's been fired from the show or
probably
sent off?
Danielle. He's gotten in a couple times. He's blocked now, so he's out
Oh,
forever.
sorry,
Yeah.
buddy. Sorry, man.
Who knows what he's sending into the abyss these days?
All right, let's do some news.
Oh yeah, we gonna do some
News
news.
is brought to you by
Martin Jetco Heating and Air Conditioning, more reliable than your news source.
a 31-year-old guy is in some trouble after breaking into a woman's apartment here in Hazelwood while she was in the hospital, and he was found drinking a margarita in the kitchen.
Okay.
Now that is pretty ridiculous. I mean, is that an O worthy? I don't know. There's got to be some sort of button that's. Can you imagine being called to this. This guy broke in around 2:30 in the morning on Tuesday and then was boozing it up. The margarita was in the fridge. I'm not sure who found him in the kitchen, but can you imagine a neighbor or cops coming in and finding somebody that you know is broken into your neighbor's place?
Right.
And he's over there just whew,
Having a great little day.
Margaritaville.
Yeah, Margaritaville.
Okay, so
Do
the
it.
woman who was in the hospital figured out somebody was in her place because the Ring camera set off a thing. She sees somebody come in. They're saying that this guy could be connected to a couple other crimes in the area. But, I mean, this is one that will go down in history. Local news. Love it.
Man, congrats. That's a big story.
Now, did you jump out of bed today excited to take on the day? Or did you just get up because it's the only way to get that first cup of coffee in your face? Coffee lovers?
Oh, yeah. I get excited when I go to bed that I'm going to get up and have my iced coffee, and I will chug that thing about a mile away from my house that'll be gone.
You think about it beforehand? I mean, like the night before?
Yep.
Do you
Wow.
prep everything before?
No. It's just really easy. It's iced. So just.
But
I
you
have, and
think
man,
of
it is a good feeling. I don't know why I don't do it every night, but I have programmed my coffee pot to just make coffee,
Be ready.
and it starts when I wake up. It's done, and it is a great.
That's what we do, man. It's so nice.
I had a habit of doing that too. Now we're doing just the French press thing, and it's not just for fanciness and flavor, but it was actually to kind of make sure that we're limiting what we were drinking because we had the auto one, the Ninja or whatever the heck it was, with the big old carafe, big bowl of it.
And the grind thing on it.
Yeah, so I would grind the night before, and then baby.
Yeah, that's why I have so
baby.
many kids.
grind the night before.
Yeah.
Then I go down and grind coffee beans. And I would set it up, like you said, like set the timer and all that, and it would go off like 10 minutes before I hit the kitchen, and it was awesome. Except for I found myself getting a bigger and bigger, what do you call them thing, Tervis, or
This thing, like mine right here.
And then I was smashing. Yeah,
It's a bucket.
I
These
was
are buckets.
smashing a
Taco
bucket of
John's Tervis.
coffee
Oh yeah,
before we were probably even on air.
Yeah.
And then I need a refill, so then I was smashing 2 buckets of coffee.
Yeah.
So I had to stop doing the night before thing because it was like it was the gateway to me being a caffeine addict.
I am. It's my last vice, so get off my ass.
yeah.
81%. 81% of coffee drinkers say looking forward to the first cup of coffee motivates them to actually get out of bed. That's the thing that gets them out of bed.
Interesting.
The poll found that
Maybe I should start thinking now.
hot coffee drinkers look forward to it more than people who drink iced coffee. So that does make a difference. Drinking something warm might be part of it, especially as the weather gets colder. Around half of us have tried to recreate a fancy coffee drink from a place like Starbucks, but in a perfect world, most would still prefer to have somebody else make their coffee for them. It always tastes better that way. Survey also found that if we had to give up coffee or social media, most would not give up their morning coffee. They would ditch social media.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm here for it.
I think everybody.
So, coffee's, like I've said before, coffee's been in my life since I was 6 years old, drinking at my grandma's beauty shop. And social media, I decided to get when MySpace came around. And honestly, I wish we could go back to just MySpace because it was so badass because you could have like a profile song and
Yeah, man.
you'd
Custom
vague book
HTML.
with, yeah. You had to learn how to code just to be there.
Yeah, we were learning. Here's the latest on how lazy society has gotten. Amazon already delivers anything you want to your front door, and if you need to return it, you just drop it off at Whole Foods or UPS store or what is it, Kohl's?
Kohl's has it, yeah.
But now you don't even have to do that. For $5, Uber is going to do it for you.
Oh my god.
Uber is adding a new feature that lets you book a driver to come up and pick up packages when you need to return them. They'll drop off at FedEx, UPS, local post office for a flat fee of $5.
Wow.
They just won't pick up anything. They just won't pick up anything that costs more than $100. So it has to be an item that isn't like insured for whatever it is, and it has to weigh 30 pounds or less. A recent poll found that 79% of people under 30 find mail returns, quote, somewhat or, quote, very annoying. And that's kind of their
amazing.
That's kind of their target market.
Returns are annoying for everybody.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
if you do the Kohl's thing, you just walk in, you set it down, and you're out. It takes no time at all.
I'm going to say this in defense of this whole thing. I know what you're saying, and a lot of us are instantly we're like, wow, we're so lazy and all that. But time is money, baby. And if you're running a business or you're running something out of your house or something, and it takes you 20 minutes to get there where you could be doing something that may earn more than $5 during that 20 minutes, this is a reasonable thing that's
I get that.
That's killing a pain
yeah,
point.
but we have, at least for me, leaving here, there's a Kohl's right here. So it's not a 20-minute drive. It's a 3-second drop off. I'm in the car and back on the highway in no time.
Hey, how many retail items do you think are returned every year? What percent?
Oh man. So you bought so like 45%?
45%? You're returning half of the things.
No,
you
I mean
buy?
I'm not. I'm just saying like in general, like people. I mean, I know a lot of people that return stuff. I don't do returns. Sometimes I'll just be like, whatever, man. I'll just eat the cost,
Whatever,
or
yeah.
give it to somebody else, or just use it anyway. Like I have a perfect example. I have a thermometer that I bought from Target when I had COVID a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Used it once. It pooped out. I need to return it, but I also have all my COVID germs on it, and I'm like, I'm just gonna eat this. Like,
Well, they're not going to put it back on the shelf.
I know. I guess I'll take it back.
Or
I
when
don't
you,
know.
what I would do is
It's
email and
annoying.
say, hey, I took the test, whatever, it didn't work, and now this is on there. Do you want me to send it back? But this is a faulty product. They'll probably just send you a
just
new
give
one.
me the give me the
Your
return
COVID
number.
was so bad it killed a thermometer.
That's how bad it
bad.
was. That's crazy.
16.5%, 16.5% of retail sales end up being returned every year. That's 1 in 6 items. That's a lot more than I thought.
I have a company, if you, I won't say the name of it, but my wife bought a very nice dress from them, and they were going to price match it. So she's like, sweet, this is cool. And then they backed out of the price match thing after she already, I don't know how this all happened, but she ended up paying the full price. The guy's like, yeah, we'll price match this time, blah, 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 and he didn't do it. And now they won't allow her to return it. It's absolutely amazing. And it's a huge retail place.
Wow.
It's very frustrating. I do want to drop their name so bad, but I'll be nice.
Does it rhyme with AC Senny?
No. No, those are good guys over there.
Does it rhyme with Stacy's?
No,
Tamus
those are good
Car?
guys. No, those are good guys.
Did you say Tamus?
Tamus Car.
Famous car.
Oh, man.
My buddy just told me the other day, this is such a cheapskate move, and I wonder if this plays into this, dude. I went over to their house, and they have, like, Halloween blow-up stuff galore.
Yeah.
They got, like, a big arch with the big black cat, all these little goblins, and I'm like, dude,
Not
what's your
people.
power bill right now?
Right.
Because it's the kind that's, like, the fans are blowing air into them.
Oh, right.
24/7, and he's like, it's expensive, but I just send it all back to Amazon after Halloween. I go, what do
You're
you mean?
kidding
What?
me.
And what do you mean? And he goes, so I was
30
like, where do you
days.
store this? He goes, I don't. I just order it every year, and then I send it back. And I was like, dude.
That's a great idea do rental companies, like you can
They do
rent
have
There's
Inflatables?
rental companies out
Probably
there.
are rental companies, but, like,
That's brutal.
that's a lot of stuff, man.
And the
Right.
problem with that is it's going to end up hurting someone like Lern that actually has a legit
Yeah, those
return.
are
This
typically
isn't-
like small businesses.
That
too.
is not cool, man.
Oof.
Well, I'm sure it's Amazon fulfillment that's having to handle it all.
Yeah, but a
Take
lot of
that,
them could be
Bezos.
individuals doing it too.
Yeah, I don't know. That's why,
Yeah. You're
that's why I
kinda
told
hosing.
him. I go, dude, you got to just put this in your attic. And, like,
Yeah,
this
keep
can't
it.
be, like, a thing you take back every year.
Speaking of putting something in an attic, the FCC has fined Dish Network $150,000 for allegedly leaving a retired satellite in the wrong place to orbit in space. They just
Oops.
said, just let it go.
just let it go, man.
No big deal. Agency says that this is the first time it's fined anyone over space junk. And they say, like there's
Good.
colossal amounts of space junk up there. Dish Network didn't move the satellite as promised, leaving it in a lower orbital arc, putting other communication satellites at risk of damage because this thing's just floating off. Dish Network says the FCC, quote, made no specific findings regarding their retired satellite. Saying, what do you mean you found it? It's not up there.
That's not mine.
Hyundai and Kia are recalling.
That's about satellite. I don't know you.
I read an article about this a couple months ago saying that they were expecting this, and now Hyundai and Kia are recalling around 3.4 million vehicles due to risk of engine compartment fires. The recalls cover multiple car and SUV models from 2010 to 2019. The model years including Hyundai's Santa Fe, the SUV, Kia Sorento SUV. If you own one of these vehicles, you're asked to park it outside due to the fire risk. Don't keep it in your garage. Dealers will replace the anti-lock brake fuse at no cost to owners. Recall letters will start going out November 14th. But until then, if you're listening to this, you drive anything like that, keep it out of your garage. Call a local Kia or Hyundai dealership if you have any questions.
No, I wonder why my neighbor asked if they start parking their SUV in my garage. It
Yeah.
makes more sense.
If you have to turn yourself into the cops, this is a less than ideal way to do it. A 34-year-old guy named John Hargreaves turned himself in at the police station in New Jersey last month by plowing his SUV through the front entrance while blaring Guns N' Roses on his
Yeah,
stereo.
buddy.
Dude, this
There we
freaking
go.
guy.
Lern showed me the video.
Is
Unbelievable.
he rad? Is he rad?
Learn. Scott, put it up so we can show the cams.
This guy is blaring Welcome to the Jungle. All right. He already ran into a house, right? And then he came to the police station and just went through the police station as well. Gets out of the car, hands up in the air, welcome to the jungle, blaring, gets arrested immediately.
Yeah. Independence Township, September 20th, near the Pennsylvania border. Surveillance footage shows the guy flying into the police office. He immediately got out of the wrecked SUV, threw his hands in the air like he was celebrating, like he just scored a touchdown, got arrested immediately. 2 cops were right there. Thankfully, they were not right there in the path.
Oh, here it is.
Nobody was hurt. Turned out he had just plowed the same SUV, like Lern mentioned, through somebody's garage door minutes earlier to, quote, scare and harass them.
Wow, he's having a good day.
He's having the best
Here it
day.
goes, here it goes. Rafe, watch this. Boom! Straight through, dude.
Man.
So that was right behind the desk.
Yeah.
I like that he stood up and like celebrated it.
Right.
Was
Like an
he
idiot.
Did you say he was on drugs or anything, or just having a good time?
I think he's having just the best day. And he was just looking to get arrested.
He probably won the lottery. It's just a great way to do this. I'll just start it off this way, and I'll get myself out of jail eventually. But great way to have fun.
Say this.
Whoa!
Yeah.
He came in on fire. Dude, so he blasted through that thing to scare and harass him at this garage. Not clear what it's all about. Nobody was injured in that crash either.
A miracle, man.
He is now facing multiple charges, including 1 count of first-degree terrorism, which comes up with 30 years in prison, up to 30 years in prison. There's no audio from the police security cam, so the video they put in "Welcome to the Jungle." But you can imagine the car's still sitting there and blasting this music while these guys are walking him away. He's still got his hands in the air.
Hey, kudos to those officers. That was
Very
some of the
chill.
most calm
They are very
response to this situation.
Talk
They
about-
did good.
You
Dude,
have
talk
to,
about privilege.
Yeah.
well, you got to understand.
You just drove your car through the wall of a police station, and those dudes, you're so white that those cops were like, gosh dang it, Glenn, come on, let's book him. They did not even.
Was this a big town?
The way that cop rolled the office chair calmly out of his way.
Yeah.
Right.
I got to assume they may have assumed that it
Those
might
guys
be
are
an accident.
ice cold.
Oh, I bet you're right.
What if they thought it was like,
Some old lady driving. Yeah.
I mean, then he's got
Maybe.
his
I
own.
don't know. It seemed like they knew what was up.
Well, the Guns N' Roses and the arms in the air may have been a clue. That
Yeah.
this
That's
is,
true. Some sweet
He
jams.
also was giving the rock and roll devil.
Oh,
horns.
no, he
Right.
wasn't. Was he really?
That reduces
in
your
my
sentence,
heart he
doesn't
was.
it?
Full blown, dude.
Does that reduce your sentence?
I think so. Like, judge is like, it's 5 years maximum, but I have to reduce 3 years for how cool you look getting out of the car. That's actually.
You only had 1 year if you had a cigarette in your mouth, but you didn't.
If you'd have mooned him right when you got out, I'd let you off with a warning.
Have you ever grabbed a few squares of toilet paper and then been frustrated because it didn't tear away on the neat line? It does a little corner thing.
No,
with
I'm not a psycho.
I'll throw the whole roll away if that happens.
You are.
You don't get upset when that happens, or it doesn't happen?
It doesn't happen.
Oh.
I get the good stuff, man. The plies are perfect.
Apparently, that was an issue that bothered a lot of people. Charmin now says that they got so many complaints about toilet paper not tearing cleanly along the perforation that they had their team look into it.
The Bears.
They figured out that the uneven tear was because the line was straight, but people were pulling from so many different angles and directions. So the team started working on a redesign. It took more than 5 years. 5 years,
Dude.
guys. That's a lot
Thank you,
That's a lot
guys.
of poop testers.
I want to see the montage of this.
They just announced that the end result is ready. It's called smooth tear. And instead of a straight line, it's a wavy perforation.
Whoa.
That means that each piece is no longer a square, which is a significant change. The smooth tear will debut this month for the ultra soft rolls. It's unclear if they'll also change other varieties or if other brands might follow suit. Who likes
Cool.
Gatorade?
Me.
What's your favorite flavor?
Riptide Rush.
Whoa.
And what is that?
You're
That's the
wild.
purple. That's like the
But
light
what is
purple.
that?
What is it?
Is it grape? What is
It's
that?
not
Dude, it
great.
tastes like
What is
it tastes like bravery. You
Oh,
know?
Yeah.
It's so
Effort.
good.
Is it just candy?
No, I mean it's got I don't know what it is. I guess it's grape.
It is, but they're
It's not a heavy grape, though, because
No,
I don't
it's
like
not.
grape stuff, and I like Riptide Rush. It's kind of like a.
And you can never find it anywhere.
Call it a mixed
No.
berry. I'm going to go mixed berry of some
A
sort.
my
mixed
favorite's the real one, the old school yellow
Orange, or lemon lime.
Yeah, lemon lime.
Yeah. That's a
Strawberry,
that's a
kiwi, or
classic.
lemon lime.
Well, I feel like those Riptide Rushes and all these, they're basically mystery flavors with cool marketing.
They are.
And now they are going to debut the brand's first ever limited edition mystery flavor.
Whoa.
Available in stores and online now. All they did was create a new flavor. And they're like, I'm so sick of naming these things.
What do they name it?
They're not naming anything.
Just
It's just a mystery thing.
Oh,
Yeah, but
mystery
I am kudos to them because if you see it, it's clear, so they're not throwing any of the food coloring stuff in it.
It's available
Saying
everywhere.
a little better for you.
It does.
Maybe.
It does say it's called the Gatorade Mystery Flavor, and you can submit your flavor guesses online for a chance to win an exclusive grand prize experience at Super Bowl 58 or the College Football National Championship. The grand flavor reveal will take place on November 5th, so they're gonna tell us pretty soon. A camo shortage. Of all these different shortages that we've heard about,
Camo?
Man,
There's
I
a
was going to buy a
camo-
whole outfit with that.
camo shortage has the Marine Corps relaxing its uniform standards. As those desert camos and all that, they're expecting to run out of stock in fall of 2024. Marine recruits ordinarily receive 3 utility uniforms in the woodland color and 2 in the desert color, but are now training in frog gear, which is usually designed only for deployment. They'll also wear the woodland colors throughout the rest of the year and 2024. The Desert Camis manufacturer says inflation and lack of workers have made it hard for them to produce the uniforms at a fixed price set by the government. So that's a big deal.
Interesting.
Target is beefing up for the holidays. The big box retailer says it is hiring up to 100,000 workers for the holiday season. That's good news if you want a job. But what if you just need some savings? Target also announced discounts and deals for the holidays that are expected to begin as soon as October. And finally, a North Carolina family is suing Google because of its faulty online map causing a tragic accident. Philip Paxson died last year, drowned after his Jeep Gladiator careened into a creek. The lawsuit says Paxson was using Google Maps when the app directed him across the bridge that had collapsed 9 years before and was never repaired. So this isn't that thing.
So this was a real road.
This was a real road and a real bridge.
But there's no town or county that they should be suing that didn't have it marked properly?
I don't know, but I mean, Google Maps missing something for 9 years.
That's a big deal. Yes, you're right.
So they're suing. The claim included information about several people informing Google about the missing bridge well before the death. So that's a big deal. Let's take a break and return with some sports and maybe squeeze some emails in while we can before the show's out. I got the most annoying thing happening. I guess one of my favorite shirts, my Vans. This is my Vans shirt. You know, it's just like neutral. You can wear it with anything. Forever, I thought I had dribbled, drooled toothpaste. You see this? You see this? And it looks like
lactation?
that, right? It looks like I brushed my teeth.
Yeah.
And drooled on my shirt. It's paint. It ended up being paint. But I look like I'm a sloppy brusher.
You're a mess.
And I admit I'm a
Very
sloppy brusher.
Are you a sloppy brusher?
I am. I kind of drool it out.
Me too.
But not fully anymore because I'm worried about this.
Well, how much are you putting on your brush? That's the other question. I don't put the full, the commercial.
It's always like
No, mine's
I do like a tiny little bit at the end, and so that way I don't waste too much.
Do you have an electric toothbrush?
I do.
Yeah.
No, okay. I'm not that. I'm trying to work my way up the ladder.
I used to be a full drooler. I would just hang over the sink and blah, 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 blah.
I am too. And
because I don't want that, once it's like going and once it's off my teeth, I want it out of my face.
Yeah. I'm with you.
I did that until tour, and somebody saw me do it and shamed me to no end.
That's what happens at my house too.
Oh, Tim is not a fan of the
We have to not be in the bathroom doing anything at the same time.
Wow.
My man can't handle that I use the restroom, brushing my teeth. It's a freaking mess at my house.
My man can't handle.
No, he can't hang.
We were talking yesterday. Again, shout out to everybody that came out to Scott Air Force Base for the Military Appreciation Podcast that we did yesterday.
Yeah, so fun.
Super fun. And I was talking to a gentleman. He was so happy that you guys joined the show. And he's like, I tell you what, man, Lern, she's awesome. But, man, I feel for Tim, that guy. Oh, I tell you what, every day I got to learn something about him. He doesn't fart in front of her.
Right.
He doesn't do this.
Clog a toilet. You guys know everything about him.
It was great. And now I know that he's disgusted by your toothbrushing habits. You guys just need
the best.
You need a big house with like a full
wing.
Lots of
full
room.
bathroom on each side. His and her wing bathroom.
I think that would make him extremely happy, and I hope that that's our next house for his sake.
You a
You got
nasty
2
brusher?
bathrooms, don't you?
Yeah, we do.
Why would that make him so happy?
Well, you know what? At our old house, I would get ready in the morning in the hall bath. And then when we'd have guests come, I would have to move all my crap back to the main bathroom. And we had itty bitty little bathrooms before. And so now we had like our first double sink bathroom experience,
Oh,
Right.
right.
And so now I have my little station. in my own drawer, which is really exciting.
It is
but yeah,
exciting.
you know, and to me, it's just like I don't want to have to get ready down the hall anymore. I want to be able to shack up in my own.
And he doesn't like it.
Well, he doesn't like when I'm brushing my teeth. Like it's the same. And I'm happy that you admit it, Moon, because a lot of people I don't think admit that they do that because it is kind of childish and like disgusting.
Yeah.
I just don't want to. I don't like. And even when you go to the dentist, they put the little sucker thing in your mouth to collect the saliva as it's building up. Like I'm just super grossed out by having a lot of saliva in my mouth.
Yeah, me too. I don't want it. Once it's off my teeth, I don't want it to be absorbing into my gums. I don't want it in my throat. I don't want it anywhere. It's nasty.
So what's the big controversy here?
It's just disgusting to watch. I look like a Saint Bernard when I.
It's on the ceiling. It's on the toilet.
No, it's like sometimes it'll be like sometimes I'll have it all over my mouth.
Oh, I don't let it run down my face anymore.
I've seen that.
I lean over, but it's just at the end. I kind of like keep a little pool, and then it's.
The best I do. I'd say 99% of the time I'm very clean.
You don't spit as you go?
No, we do.
But have you ever
But
done
it
that?
kind of builds up.
It's more of a
With the facial hair, I'm pretty clean. Sometimes it'll get stuck. I'll realize later on, I'll lick and I'll be like, oh, there's toothpaste stuck in one of my hairs over
Heck
here.
of
I
a
didn't
beard.
see.
I couldn't imagine
beard.
having facial hair and trying to
it's
do any
dumb.
sort of
It's
thing.
yummy, man.
It's so nasty.
Yeah.
Is it? I mean, it has to be, right? And you know what? Do you guys like when you wash your beards? Are you really? Because when you kiss a man with a beard, sometimes they
love
can
that.
smell, and sometimes they can smell good, or they can
Yeah.
smell kind of like they didn't dry all the way.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? Like, how? And I'm looking at you.
I've never noticed that when I was kissing a dude with a beard.
Do you shampoo your face?
I condition mine.
And then,
And then I use olive oil as well. on
can
it.
you smell your mustache hair?
No.
Oh, that was the worst part. It was eating like any sort of like a burger or thing with a sauce. I was like, cool. Do I want to smell the sauce for the next 18 hours?
It smells like nostril breath.
Speaking of nostril breath, I want to sneak in a little bit of sports just because we had such a heated debate yesterday about the NFL pick'em, and we made some rules. We do need to update everybody on the rules. For those that weren't able to tune into the live stream or they had issues with the live stream, we're going to post the podcast from our podcast yesterday with Military Appreciation Day that we recorded out at Scott Air Force Base with the Fast Lane. Yes, we got into it.
Cool.
We got into it. Yeah, it's such a cool experience. Great people
I
out
want to go
there.
get the tour, man.
Yeah.
The dude that was in security forces like, you want to come back out? And I hadn't been on base in a long time. Brought back memories of living on a military base. And I was like, this is kind of, I've never really toured Scott. I kind of want to see what it's all about.
Cool
Well, this
place.
Scott I've toured.
Yeah.
I've
It's
toured.
a good tour, huh?
I've toured you, buddy.
Yeah,
Cool
thank
place.
you, man.
So let's update everybody
Everybody's a
on the new
wonderland.
rules. Remember, there's all this controversy about changing votes and all that kind of stuff. We have established, and it was agreed upon, there is a famous photo that will be framed and put in their studio of Rizz shaking Anthony Stelter's hand after the rule was established and solidifying that after 11:59 a.m. on Sundays, you are not allowed to switch your picks.
Right.
11:59. So the Monday games will stay.
Central Time, Jamie Rivers.
That's right. Good point.
Thank you.
They would.
Yeah,
Would
they would
try
try
to
that, yeah.
loophole. Yeah.
All right, Scott, what do you got in sports?
Well, your sports, it's presented by DraftKings at Casino Queen. Think you know football? Bet on it at DraftKings at Casino Queen Sportsbook. Well, I got some bad news for Lern. We got the gun ready here. Well, last night's pick was awful.
Excuse me.
What?
We all had the Commanders.
Oh, we all had the Commanders, and they got destroyed.
Yeah, they did.
So no one, not even the Fast Lane, had the Bears, and the Bears went on to win 40-20. They destroyed them, so that was impressive.
I'll tell you what. Not only were the Bears like
For Butkus.
I mean, the Bears had a great night. You know who else had a great night with this? Mr. Rafe Williams,
Yes.
because
You had the Bears?
he didn't make his pick.
I noticed
I did
that.
make my pick.
It didn't save?
It did not save.
Did not say he did
I made
not
it yesterday
know.
before we went to
Scott Air Force.
Next.
Scott Air Force Base. Yeah.
Yeah,
Hit
so
the next.
what happens was, and we should have told you about this. This is on us as much as it is you. When you pick, he was just doing the Thursday night pick, and he was going to wait till Friday to do the other.
I
picks.
wanted to see what rules got imposed before I picked any other games yesterday.
Yeah, you know what, and that's good strategy, and we appreciate that. What happens is he didn't hit next, so it didn't save it.
Yeah.
So he did not have it, and this was like a lock. Everyone had the Commanders because the Bears shouldn't be even scoring, much less
Well, yeah.
winning. And
Who would
they
you have had?
destroyed
The
them.
Bears were due. I would have probably, that was going to be my.
You're so
long
full
shot.
of it.
Yeah,
He's
let's
so
give him the
full of
point.
it.
He gets the point.
He did
Now
not
we're
say
up
that.
one.
Dick Butkus,
Now we're up
dude.
one.
Give me the
Yeah.
point,
Yeah.
brother.
You're so full of
So
it.
we're
dude.
up one right now this week.
Ghost Dick.
It is the spirit of
Fill me.
Butkus.
Ghost Dick, fill me up.
Oh, you're
Stick,
so
fill
full of
me
it.
up.
Spirit of butt kiss.
Oh, what else you got?
Well, I got some cool news. If
Day I can
you,
say that on the radio.
if the Cardinal fans out there are wanting more Adam Wainwright, you will get that because Fox Sports has made an official deal with the retired Cardinals pitcher, and he'll be covering the American League divisional playoffs this season.
this
so that's
season?
gonna be awesome. Yeah.
Oh, cool. Good for him.
Excited for that. And also, SEC home playoff game is scheduled for Friday, October 13th, and they're going to host games 1 and 3 of the first round best of 3 series. So it's going to be a
Sweet.
huge season.
I know
coming up.
Wainwright was saying he wants to stay in the sport. He doesn't want to be away from his family too much, but he wants to stay in the sport with broadcasting.
I love
That's
that.
pretty cool.
He's so animated and awesome. I'm excited for
You
him.
got to sign off for anything for us?
Yeah, because who knows sports better than me? No one.
Do we have a sponsor for Headline Hooshe here,
we
buddy?
of course have a sponsor for Headline.
Nobody knows sponsors better than
Hooshe.
King
Morris
Scott.
Royce Jewelry, the official jeweler of the Rizzuto Show.
Today's Headline Hooshe story comes to us from California. If you were curious, you can get a DUI if you ride under the influence. A guy in California was arrested last weekend after an officer noticed that he was riding a horse with an open container of alcohol.
Wow.
The officer pulled over the guy who was boozing on horseback. Officer says that he was able to tell that the rider was hammered, ultimately leading to the rider being charged with a DUI. The official California Highway Patrol put out a post on Facebook describing the arrest, saying, quote, in a recent incident, Officer Brackett demonstrated unwavering commitment to keeping our roads safe. While on duty, he noticed a horseback rider carrying an open container of alcohol. Concerned for everybody's safety, Officer Brackett contacted the rider, and it became evident that the rider was impaired by alcohol, leading to their arrest for DUI. It's worth noting that according to California Vehicle Code 21050, the rules of the road do apply to those operating animals.
Oh.
I don't like those two words together, man. Operating animals.
Like, what's
Right.
the D stand for if it's not driving?
Operating donkey.
I think you said it earlier.
Donkey UI, yeah.
In a display of true compassion, Officer Brackett also ensured the safe return of the horse to its origin after arrest. So, sir, on the back of the horse, you are today's Headline Hooshe. All right, we'll come back and wrap
You
it
get a
up.
DUI for getting a piggyback ride.
Yeah, I bet you can in California.
Dang.
All right, that is it. That is it for us today. Thank you for being with us. I know it's a little weird and a little different when you don't have Rizz's voice on here, but he wanted us to carry on. And I think we've done
In his memory.
I think we've carried on his memory quite well. Mm-hmm. We had a lot of fun. Thank you guys very much. Thank you for hanging with us in the chat, even though you guys shredded a little bit today.
You little turds. Coming for you.
Give yourself a round of applause there, chat room.
Won't be there Monday. Enjoy it.
Yeah.
The blog and the podcast for all week. Make sure you check it out. Use it for all your references and to catch up on everything Rizzuto Show. Learn, what do we have on the blog today?
Well, we crowned 2 new advancements in the Freak of the Year playoffs.
Ah, yes.
That was huge. Rafe's E Memoriam is up there. We talked extensively to try and understand the Powerball more. We played Rizz Show Password, and we had a really great time, even though the headmaster was not here today.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun. Anybody got anything going on this weekend besides the events? I'll get through those in a second. Anybody?
Well, real quick, you want to look for the title, 6 Wet Meat Disc.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a
good one.
Yeah, it's
6
a beautiful title.
wet meat discs.
See you this weekend.
Speaking of this weekend, myself and Rafe and me are going to be out at Prestige Pools Hot Tub and Swim Spa tent sale. It's a big tent sale that they're doing at the St. Louis Premium Outlet Mall. It's a lot of fun. They have incredible deals on all sorts of stuff. Prestige Pools has a lot of fun. We will be there from 4 to 6
Today.
The tent sale is
We're
going to be going.
skinny dipping at 5.
That's right, skinny dipping at 5.
If you want to let it all hang out, come join us. You know what I
Cold
mean?
plunge.
If not,
I think we may have got a new little shipment of T-shirts to give out as well. So we'll have a whole bunch of Rizz Show swag, point swag, all the usuals, and then all the incredible stuff that Prestige Pools has at their hot tub and swim spa tent sale. Again, that's happening tonight, 4 to 6, St. Louis Premium Outlet Mall. I think we might have tickets to give out at that as well. And then it's a big weekend for Lern. You're all over the place.
I'm going to be in Shiloh tomorrow, 10 to noon. Shiloh Together Credit Union. There's going to be the new Rizz Show billboard. You can sign that.
First time, right? This is the first time you've been able to do this.
Yes, and it's brand new. So leave your mark. You'll also get the Hello Weirdo sticker for $1, and that's going to Song Society. I think they're going to have some bobbleheads of Jeff, which is cool.
Cool.
And yeah, it's going to be a really good time in Shiloh, Illinois from 10 to noon tomorrow. And then on Sunday, because, I love sports and I love hot chicks serving me delicious eats, and we're going to be at DB's. Let's see, it's going to be noon to 2. And you know what? You have nothing else going on. It's going to be a great day. So come on out. Let's talk sports.
Yeah.
Let's talk picks.
You have nothing
Please,
else.
God, help me. Somebody bring me a jersey. I'll put it on. Can't wait to see you. DBs.
I love it. Yeah, it's going to be a heck of a weekend, and you said the weather's going to be perfect.
Yeah, man.
Can't wait.
Yeah.
Well, let's do this. Give it up for the Team Rizz member of the day, Adam Gonzalez from Arnold, Missouri.
Yeah, Adam!
Adam wants to hear this song. Good selection, Adam. We will see you on Monday. Until then, energy up!